Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I'm the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome everybody, whether you're new or returning. It is so lovely to exchange energy with you and to have you all here. I just want to reiterate that what I get to do is a privilege. So it's because of you that I get to keep doing what I love to do. So thank you. If you're new here, no pressure. Don't feel like you have to stay. It is my goal to be able to offer you the clarity that you need at this part of your journey. So really, whenever this video finds you is when it's meant for you. And it's okay if you need to take a little break and then come back when you feel called to. I don't know why I'm saying that, but apparently we need to. So maybe some of y'all are coming back from a break or something. I don't know, but welcome all of you. Now, sweet souls, we have an interesting reading to do today. You would have seen in the title, we're asking Spirit, what is going on for your person right now? Now, this reading is intended for both romantic and platonic connections. Technically speaking, this can apply to any person in your life, but it is recommended that you come to this reading with a specific person in mind, please. Make sure that you have that person at the forefront of your mind when you select a group today. I am going to do 4 groups so that if you have more than one person in your mind, more than one connection in mind, you may have messages in more than one group. Now, there will be an extended reading for each of the groups as well. Here is the breakdown of what we're covering here on YouTube as well as in the extended. So I will be asking Spirit for a chakra. Well, first of all, actually, before we get into it, today's reading was inspired by this beautiful soul, Angel Dogs Tarot, right here on YouTube. They do have another channel as well, which you may know them more by. You may know them by that other channel name. I found this reading, this channel, and was instantly blown away by how detailed this topic can be and by how amazing this reader is. So I highly recommend, if you want additional messages, check out their video. It's not a collaboration, but I do want to give credit where credit is due. And I wanted to try to do this with my own spin. So that's what I love about readers. We're kind of like therapists, because at the end of the day, we all bring our own twist to what we do. So I'm keen to see what comes out with my little twist, but a huge shout out to Angel Dogs Tarot for doing this reading and for being the first person to kind of show this to me. I don't know if other people have, but that is who inspired this reading. So we're going to start your reading by having a look at a chakra breakdown of your person's energy, starting from the bottom, that first chakra, all the way through to the 7th chakra. Where does their energy sit? Then we're going to have a look at their energy right now. We're going to have a look at what their focus is right now, what their energy towards your connection is, what their intentions are towards you, and we're going to get advice. What do you need to know most about this person right now? In your extended reading, we're going to have a look at what is changing for them, what is changing for you, what is changing for your connection, what are their next actions, what are your next actions, and we're going to get advice on what is in your best interest. So if the first part of the reading resonates, the extended is there for you to gain additional messages, and it's also a wonderful way of supporting me and this channel and what I do and what I get to do here for free on YouTube. So let's introduce you to the 4 groups now that you know what's happening. Group 1 over here, you guys have the Animal Orion's Tarot deck, and you have this amethyst crystal. So if you feel drawn towards the Animal Orion's deck or this amethyst crystal, you'll be a part of Group 1's reading. And the card with Group 1 is the 9 of Cups. Here's what the artwork looks like on this deck. I'm going to put it back down, face down though. Group 2, you have the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck and the Opalite / Moonstone crystal. So if you feel drawn towards the crystal or the deck, then this will be your reading. You'll be Group 2. And here's what the 2 of Cups looks like in this deck. That's what the artwork looks like. Group 3, you guys have the Moonchild Tarot deck. And you also have this rhodochrosite crystal. I'm pretty sure it's a rhodochrosite, but please correct me if you believe that I'm wrong. And here's what the Moonchild card looks like in the Moonchild deck. So if you feel drawn towards this deck or this crystal, you'll be a part of group 3's reading. And on the far right, we have group 4 with the Lucid Minds Tarot deck and this agate crystal. I'm not too sure what type of agate it is. It looks like a lace agate, but I could be wrong. I don't get to use this very often in readings, so I'm loving that it goes with this deck. And here's what the Chariot looks like in the Lucid Minds Tarot deck. So if you feel drawn towards this deck or this crystal, you'll be a part of group 4's reading. If you need more time deciding which of these 4 groups you feel most drawn to, pause the video now, tune into the energy. If you need more intuitive help, I do have a 1-minute guided meditation playing right after this clip, so stay tuned for that if you need that extra assistance. But when you know which of these 4 groups you feel most drawn to, click on your timestamps and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number. It may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color. It could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi my group 1s and welcome to your reading. If you chose the Animal Orion's Tarot deck or this amethyst crystal, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome sweet souls. I'm going to put your crystal up there. It does kind of get lost in all the other crystals, but we'll keep that in mind. You guys chose the amethyst. Now sweet souls, we're asking Spirit, what's going on for your person right now? So big shout out to Angel Dogs Tarot for creating this beautiful reading in the first place. And I want to start your reading by doing that chakra breakdown that we talked about. So let me put your tarot deck to the side for now. And I want to pull out destiny cards for each of the 7 chakras, starting with Muladhara, your root chakra. Spirit, what is the energy of group 1's person's root chakra? What is going on for group 1's person's root chakra? We have appropriateness coming out. And what is going on for their sacral chakra, Svadhisthana? What is going on? We have commitment. Ooh, commitment's something they're taking seriously. That card kept flipping. What is going on for their solar plexus chakra, Spirit? Manipura. We have leadership. Okay. And what is happening for their heart chakra, Anahata? We have satisfaction. What is happening in their throat chakra, Vishuddha? Group 1's person's throat chakra, Spirit. I'm going to take enthusiasm, but a lot more cards wanted to come out. I'll just say that. What is going on with Ajna, their third eye? What is happening with this person's third eye? We have acceptance. And what is going on with their crown chakra, Sahasrara? We have strength. At the back of the deck is a blank card. Now I'm going to rearrange these. I might actually put this up here. And we're going to keep her down here in the middle. So when we look at this person's chakras, and one thing that I really liked about Angel Dogs Tarot is they had beautiful crystals to highlight this chakras, but my crystal collection is not that on point, so I'm not even going to pretend to mimic that energy. But I just want to say, when it comes to this person's chakras, they are feeling like somebody that is very aligned. Like there's a lot of different cards in this deck, and not all of them represent positive feelings, but the overall goal of all of these cards is to just kind of trigger certain emotions and thoughts. They're very thought-provoking cards, so I thought it would be good to use them as a chakra breakdown. So while we're not seeing all of the shadows that are going on in your person's life, I can see that overall, this is somebody that is working through their chakras. And I think they're doing that with a consciousness. I don't know if this person is spiritual. They come across as somebody who's at least in tune with source. So they have some sort of belief system or faith system that seems to be getting them through life right now. And because they are flowing with the universe's energy, they do come across as somebody that is achieving the results that they want. Now, when we have a look at their root chakra, Muladhara, this chakra can be a chakra that offers us a sense of security and stability to be able to feel more confident in what we want to do because we have this strong base to operate from. It can also represent new beginnings. So I do think that if this is a newer connection, this person may be holding a level of reservation as they try to do what feels right without overstepping personal boundaries. I think that when it comes to their physical world, they are somebody who may have creature comforts with appropriateness here, and those creature comforts seem to give this person a sense of security, something that makes them feel comforted. I think that this is somebody whose personal space is quite protected. They don't just have everybody and anybody in their home, for example, and they don't just allow anybody and everybody into their private spaces, whether that's their vehicle, their home, it could be their workspace. This person gives me an energy of nesting and boundaries with appropriateness coming out. If this is someone that you've known for a while, the root chakra could indicate that they are recently having to adjust the way that they interact with you, trying to kind of bounce off your energy a little bit and trying to figure out the best way to move forward with this connection, trying to understand more about what your needs are. I feel like this person has a clear understanding of their needs and their expectations, but they may be trying to still figure out what your needs and expectations are. If we move into the sacral chakra now, this is your second chakra, and it's kind of below the navel. It's this passionate energy. Svadhisthana is showing up as commitment in this person's world. So it could be that this person is currently committing a lot of their energy towards a passion or something that they're very excited about. It feels like this is somebody that may have impulses and that guide them towards how they spend their energy and their time. So they're very focused on what seems to be passionate and exciting to them. The fact that we have commitment here does tell me that this is somebody who kind of goes by how things make them feel. Although the heart chakra would be considered as the feelings chakra, your sacral chakra is actually very much a stimulation energy of how things make your energy feel. So I do think that this person is currently devoting a lot of their energy to something that feels exciting to them, that feels like it's validating to their pleasure receptors as well. So if this is more of a romantic connection, I do think that this person is kind of investing time and energy towards things that come across as being able to give them that excitement with a level of consistency. They want to kind of invest their pleasure receptors or their passions towards something that can consistently validate their needs in that way, if that makes sense. So If their energy has been hot and cold with you, it could be because they're trying to feed their energy towards other aspects of their life that are more consistent with what they want. But we're going to get more information about that as we move on. I do think with the solar plexus energy being leadership, this person could be trying to make sure that they don't leave any stones unturned. They come across as somebody who's quite confident, I'm not going to lie. And for leadership to be here, this is also somebody who feels responsible and feels like they need to be accountable. They may not always know how to take initiative in a situation, but they do their best. For leadership to show up, this person currently feels responsible for somebody else, and they also feel responsible for how they show themselves to others. So I do think that Manipura, this leadership energy, is highlighting this person's need for control, and they want to feel in control of things as well. Satisfaction is showing up in this person's heart chakra. When it comes to Anahata, we are looking at their emotional self, but we're also looking at what makes them kind of feel good and feel healthy to some degree. Also, the root chakra can be about health, but I think with this satisfaction being here, this person's emotional being seems to be in a good place. They seem to feel quite satisfied right now with how their emotional needs are being met. And they're also coming across as somebody who is really just like, once their heart's in something, they're in something. They don't change their heart very easily. Their feelings don't change very easily. But they do feel quite satisfied with how their relationships are going and with how their connections are and how their emotional needs are met. When it comes to throat chakra, Vishuddha, this person is feeling very enthusiastic with communication. They are somebody who is probably wanting to communicate something to you. This was one of the cards that came out, but multiple cards wanted to come out, group one. So I think this person is really wanting to say something to you soon, or they're trying to communicate something to you. We'll see what comes through in your reading. Overall, they've been spending a lot of time thinking about something that they're very excited about, and this is giving me future energy, but it's also giving me like an idea coming into their mind, and they really want to share it with you. If we move up to their third eye, Ajna, the third eye chakra, they're coming through as somebody who is very accepting of the dynamic that their life is in right now. I feel like they've learned to surrender something that they were once really hung up on in their past. And they're also accepting that they are where they're meant to be. So there's this beautiful energy of somebody who is flowing really well with the divine, and they feel very in tune with their life right now. They've accepted that their present reality is exactly how it was meant to be. And in doing so, they've accepted that something in their recent past had to go the way that it went, even if it was hard at the time, challenging or disappointing, frustrating, sad, all of those feelings. They know now that it all happened for a reason. And so there's this beautiful energy of them being really in tune with the flow of their life. In the seventh chakra, Sahasrara, which is your crown chakra, we have strength. So I do think that this person is strengthening their bond to the source, to the divine. I think that this person is a bit of an open channel right now. Again, whether they're spiritual or not, they seem to have a very close connection to spirit, to God, to the universe, to that higher power. And this strong bond is reinforcing the way that this person feels about their life, about their thoughts, about their feelings, about their heart space, about their confidence, about their passions, and about their security. I feel like this person is in a really good place overall looking at their chakras. So let's move forward. We're going to have a look at their energy right now in general. And we're going to pull a card from the Gem Oracle deck. So Spirit, what can you tell me about this person's energy right now? What energy is this person in? What energy is group one's person in right now, Spirit? Okay, we got a card. It came out very clearly. We have rock crystal, which is the Gemini card. We also have the number 15 here. We have the throat chakra at the bottom, which is Vishuddha. And we have this asana. I always say that wrong. Thank you so much to the sweet soul that corrected me. So, looking at the guidebook, I just wanted to show it to you quickly, but I'm going to read things out. Actually, let's talk intuitively first. Intuitively, I feel like this person's energy is quite receptive. They definitely are in a space where they've been thinking a lot. Their throat chakra is very activated, but it's only able to be so activated because of this beautiful foundation. The other 4 chakras being in alignment allows this person to focus more on ideas and communication. There is an energy here of this person having some sort of idea that they want to communicate to you. With the number 15 here, I feel like this idea is probably going to change things in your connection. And I do think that this idea is a positive change. It's a positive shift. I'm also hearing from Spirit that this is a welcomed change. Things have to change here. So this idea is actually going to be really good for your connection. Looking at the guidebook, we can see here that this pose is called lion's pose, and it's supposed to alleviate tension in your chest and in your face. So I feel like this person is using communication as a way of instilling a level of confidence within themselves and within this connection. In general, this person may pride themselves on their ideas and on how they're able to communicate with other people. This card often presents when you've reached a certain point in your personal evolution where you no longer have fear of discovering the darker aspects of your nature. We know we are unique and unrepeatable individuals, and we love every part of ourselves. So this person is feeling very, very confident in who they are. The rock crystal gives us pure and illuminated thoughts. So there is an energy here of sincerity and being impartial. I feel like this person is really open to understanding where you're coming from. There's a level of empathy in this energy too, which can allow them to open-heartedly and open-mindedly, I don't think that's a real word, but receive whatever your truth is. So they do want to know more about what's going on in your mind. That's their energy right now. Let's have a look at what their focus is. Spirit, what is this person focused on right now? I hear that they're trying to find solutions as well with that rock crystal. What is this person focused on right now? What is Group 1's person focused on? Okay, we got 2 cards. We have the 5 of Wands, obstacles and challenges, and we have the 2 of Cups, a spiritual union. So we can see with these cards that this person is focused on trying to make sure that any of the challenges you guys have experienced, any of the energetic disturbances that you've experienced, that could even be external opinions, external interference with other people needing to take energy away from this connection. They're trying to make sure that all of that is going to positively elevate your connection to a place of mutual understanding. I think that you guys may have been through a shift where you need to get back on the same page. So this person seems to be focused on getting back on the same page. Now we will have a look at what their energy towards your connection is, but this psychic oracle deck is telling us that this person is trying to be peaceful. They want to show up authentically. They don't want to just say what they think you want to hear. They want to communicate their truth and they want to hear your truth. I think that this person may have to play peacemaker with other people in their lives too. There could be a lot going on with other connections in their life, family, friends, that kind of thing. And so I do think that this person is trying to weigh up everybody's sort of 2 cents, and they're trying to come to some sort of understanding, some sort of compromise. Their focus seems to be on compromise. Now, with the 5 of Wands being here, there could be a lot of loud voices, a lot of demanding people in this person's life right now that means that they have to kind of put on this sort of leadership energy where they're doing what they can to take better control back. There is also a feeling of jealousy here at times. This person may be focused on the fact that there are just a lot of people around them or a lot of people around you. They're weighing up the fact that there probably needs to be some communication about what's going on in your lives, what's going on in their lives, what's going on in your lives, so that you're on the same page. For my newer connections, or for my connections who have been through turbulent times, there seems to be this rocky period in this connection where you need more clarity on how the other person feels, on where you stand with one another, and of how you can kind of show up for each other amidst all of these obstacles and challenges. So I do want to see what this person's energy towards your connection is. So we're actually going to use the sister deck. This is the Oracle, the Heart Oracle deck by the same creator, John Holland. Spirit, what is this person's energy towards my group ones? What is this person's energy towards their connection with group one? This person's energy. I will take it. We have heart chakra coming out. I might get one more card though. Spirit, what is this person's energy? Okay, we'll take this too. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So here's the thing. I say that a lot, don't I? Welcome. I'm Lorraine, and I like to say, here's the thing. At the back of the deck, we do have the Hierophant card, which is the 5th card in the Major Arcana. It's also Taurus. So we have some interesting energies at play. I do think that this person feels very satisfied with what they've seen in this connection up until this point. There is this energy of feeling content and feeling like this connection really takes care of their emotional needs. Now, despite feeling that level of care towards you already, and they do feel a strong connection to you, my viewer, I do want to say that this person does want growth. They're not satisfied with where things are now. They think that you have a beautiful foundation, which is where that satisfaction card seems to come from. But the 7 of Pentacles is talking about them feeling like they need to wait and also expecting some sort of results from what they've already invested here. So this person could be waiting for something very specific to happen in their life, or they could be waiting for something to happen in your life. I do want to clarify what they're waiting for here. Spirit, with the 7 of Pentacles, what is this person waiting for when it comes to this connection? What is this person waiting for? We have the 5 of Wands. They are waiting for things to kind of become a bit more peaceful between the two of you. This 5 of Wands that they've got going on in their life seems to be taking up a lot of their energy, a lot of their focus. So I do think that they're waiting for that to calm down so that they can come back to this connection and start to put more energy towards it, more effort towards it. I think that this person has recently had to divert their energy to some of the obstacles and challenges that they've been experiencing in their own life. So their goal is to get back into this spiritual union energy with you. The 7 of Pentacles means that it's going to take a little bit of time. Spirit, what is this 5 of Wands about for this person? They're showing me the High Priestess reverse, so you guys may already know. It may be a very unique thing to each of you. It's definitely something that seems to be very specific to each of you, but is there any other clarity you can give my group ones? Dare I ask? Sometimes it just gets confusing from there on. So material responsibilities, material growth could be their job. With the Empress reversed, it could even be their health, them needing to take care of their mental health or their physical health. The Empress reversed is an energy of growth and fertility at times. So they seem to need to do this because it's important to their lifestyle that they take care of this first. It's also important to their other connections that they take care of this. So there could be something going on with their family, their friends, It's not that they don't care about this connection, but they're having to divert their energy. I'm hearing like separate, compartmentalize, put a little bit over here, put a little bit over there. And they feel like they're in a busy period of their life right now. I'm not going to lie. You guys may be confused because they're just not as available to you as they used to be. But they are very busy with this Empress energy reversed, and they need to get their priorities straight. So it's very important that they do this. It's very important that they address the needs first, and then that they come back to this connection once they have the capacity. So that's what's going on in terms of their energy towards your connections. With your tarot deck, we're going to have a look at this person's intentions now. Spirit, what is this person's intentions towards my group ones? What is this person's intentions towards my group one, Spirit? We have the Sun card reversed. What is this person's intentions towards my group ones, please, Spirit? We also have the Ten of Swords reversed. We have the Ace of Wands reversed. I want to get one more card, please, Spirit. Clarify this person's intentions. We have the Page of Wands reversed. And at the back of the deck is the Knight of Cups reversed. So this is interesting because they're definitely more focused on themselves right now. So I don't know where your connection is at, and I just want to address the fact that I'm reading for people who are in romantic connections and friendships. But I can see that this person is very focused on giving to themselves right now. Their intentions towards this connection, first of all, I do think this person is missing your energy. I do think with the Sun card reverse that they genuinely felt a strong connection with you. But there seems to be a feeling here of trying to just sort of get through a rough patch when it comes to their mindset. I think this person is really prioritizing self-care, self-fulfillment, and also their mental health and their well-being. So their intentions towards this connection seem to be very pessimistic at this stage. As they focus more on themselves, they realize that they're taking that attention away from you. Instead of giving attention to you, they seem to be giving more attention to themselves. So their intentions are to fix themselves first. And then with the Ten of Swords, try to see whether this connection, what needs to be done here, is what I want to say. I think it's good that we have this card because it does talk about a light at the end of the tunnel. So while this is their priority first, they're really putting that oxygen mask on first. Their second point of action when it comes to intentions seems to be to come back and have a talk to you about what they've done, because I do think that they feel like they're betraying you in some way. With the Ten of Swords being here, they feel like there's been a betrayal in your connection. So if it wasn't them, it could have been you. It could have been a period of no contact where things were just assumed to have been over because you hadn't been putting that effort into keeping communication open with one another, you and this person. So I think that if you're in no contact, this person's intentions are to try to kind of come in and see where they're at with you, where your connection stands, and whether communication can be restarted. From there, they do hope for a rebirth, but they also don't seem to expect you to keep this energy going. If this is a newer connection, this person is pretty pessimistic about you sort of waiting around for them. Although they feel really drawn to you, really connected to you, they're aware that this is going to take time. And I'm getting this message that this person may compare your connection to other connections in their life or previous connections where they've had to put people on this sort of waiting period, this waiting list while they got their other priorities straight, and people haven't waited for them. People haven't sort of stuck around, and so they're not really expecting that to happen with you either. This is either going to be a chance to rebirth your connection, to repurpose the old energy and to bring this spark back, or it's going to be you realizing that the spark has been lost and that this connection was a false start because that initial interest has completely died out. So they do seem to think that a lot of the future of this connection is in your hands, because it just depends how patient you can be with them and how patient they can be with the situation. So the Ace of Wands reversed could go either way. And that's why we have these two cards here. I do think that this person is in that root chakra energy of appropriateness, recognizing boundaries, and trying to be realistic with their expectations. The Page of Wands reversed is saying that they know that chemistry can only go so far. Interest can only be taken so far. There seems to be a deficit here in what they're physically able to give you right now. And so their intentions are to just kind of see what happens with the spark, with the connection as it stands currently, because they don't seem to be able to give much energy to you. So I do think the Page of Wands reversed is about things cooling down and interest being offered in different avenues. This person could feel like they have a lot going on in their home life or in their work life. They do feel like they've committed themselves to some sort of passionate new adventure, and this new adventure is going to take up a lot of their energy. With the Page of Wands being here, this could also involve them traveling or physically relocating, either temporarily or permanently, and they just don't know how that's going to work with your connection. They know that there's going to be a physical strain on your connection when it comes to limited contact and that chemistry not being able to be fully explored, whether this is friendship or platonic. So they almost anticipate that you're gonna lose touch and lose interest in them. With the Knight of Cups reversed, overall, I do think that their intentions are to play it safe. They're not really initiating much on their end. And I also think that this person intends on just kind of keeping this connection in a limbo for now until they know more about what they can do here. So although they really feel this strong connection, they're not making many plans in their mind about what to do moving forward until they've addressed that Five of Wands energy on their end. So let's get some advice for you now. For you, my viewer, what advice do you have for Group 1, Spirit? What advice do you have for Group 1 for right now? What can they do right now? Group 1. What advice do you have for them right now? Your advice is the Creator. Number 22 could be significant for you. We also have the Mirror, and at the back of the deck is the Pilgrim. It's number 20. So the numbers 20, 22, and what is this? 68. They could be significant to you. Those numbers are also 4, 2, and oh gosh, what is 68? 12, 3. So no, 14, which would be 5. Oh yeah, the number 5 seems very significant here. So we have 2, 4, and 5 in reduction. I also just wanted to throw out some zodiac signs quickly before I talk about advice, just in case it's also additional confirmation. So I did tell you about Taurus over here. We also have Cancerian energy and Leo energy. So somebody could be a Cancer Leo cusp. There is this feeling of being practical and appropriate, so I can't help but feel that there's a lot more earth energy going on behind the scenes, some Capricorn and Virgo influences. With Cancer, I do see a bit of Scorpio, because there is an uncertainty and trying to protect self that is creating blockages in this connection. And I do see some Pisces energy here with trying to be receptive to source and intuitive and open. There's also a lot of mystery, which feels like it's that Piscean influence as well. So having a look at your advice, sweet souls, Spirit is saying that this connection is definitely mirroring fears right now for the mirror to come out. I think that there's part of your journeys that are very much mirroring each other. You two seem to be aligned in a similar way, where this person's priorities may also be your priorities, or this person's values may be similar to your values. And so you're being called to kind of bounce off of each other in that way, where this person's priorities are on self-care and getting their priorities in order with their material world and lifestyle, Spirit's also asking for you to do the same. Get your priorities in order when it comes to self-care, lifestyle, and feeling like you have some sort of stability in your day-to-day. I do think that beyond the day-to-day, Spirit is saying you have a higher calling right now to continue on your journey and to be open to where the future can take you. This connection does seem to have an energy of partnership and companionship associated with it, and you may have been really expecting to be able to go through the next chapter of your life with this person hand in hand. But your advice cards are saying that right now, all you can do is focus on your present and making something out of this for yourself. You are the creator of your destiny. Don't relinquish that control to somebody else by waiting in stagnancy. So I do think that your spiritual team wants you to right now find a way to stay on track by keeping that passion alive for yourself, by keeping that spark, that zest for life alive, and by finding healthy ways to express whatever you're feeling as you go through this connection and your own journey. You are being called to explore and to expand beyond your current comfort zone. With the pilgrim being here, Spirit saying keep your eyes up, keep your ambitions high, keep your, goals big. There's this feeling here with Pilgrim of you guys may be taking some sort of journey soon. This could involve physical travel, but it's also a mindset of having your views altered by making sure that you're not boxing yourself in to a specific expectation. Your spiritual team wants you to be open-minded and open to new things and how these changes can have positive outcomes. So that's what I'm seeing for you when we have a look at the advice and overall what is going on for your person right now. I'm going to end your YouTube reading and go into the extended reading now, group ones. So if this reading did resonate and you wish to extend your reading with me, I'm going to go into what is changing for this person, what is changing for you, what is changing for your connection. We're also going to have a look at what their next actions are because that may be different to their intentions. I'm going to have a look at what your next actions are too. I'm going to close your reading by getting advice on what is in your best interest when it comes to this connection. So to extend your reading with me, the link is in the description box and the pinned comment. That link will take you to my website, Group 1, where I host my extended readings. So please make sure you click on the right reading, the right group before you purchase it. You'll be group 1 of the What is Going On for Your Person Right Now reading that I posted in May 2024. If this is where you're leaving us, thank you so much for all your time, your energy, and your support. Thank you for this energy exchange and for trusting me with your messages. Look after your beautiful self. I wish you peace, love, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on the road ahead. Until we meet again. Bye. Group 2s and welcome to your reading. If you chose this opalite moonstone crystal or the Dreamy Moons tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome. We're asking Spirit, what is going on for your person right now? So we're going to, we have a lot to cover, as you can see here on my piece of paper. There will be an extended reading. We'll cover that more towards the end, but basically if the YouTube reading resonates and you want more clarity, more messages, the extended reading is also a good way of supporting this channel and supporting me as a reader if you like what I do here. Let's talk more about that towards the end. I'm going to open your reading by doing a chakra breakdown of your person's energy. So bear with me while I shuffle some cards out and while I get my dogs out of this room. Alrighty, just got them out. And let's have a look. Spirit, what is going on for Group 2's person right now? Can we have a look at Group 2's person's chakras, please, Spirit? What is going on with Group 2's person's Muladhara chakra, their root chakra? We have acceptance, and it's showing up reversed. Okay. Let's move that up a little bit like that. What is going on with their Svadhisthana chakra, their sacral chakra? We have patience. Oh my days. Okay, we got a lot of cards. I'm going to take patience. Patience is also reversed. Okay. What is going on with Manipura, their solar plexus chakra, spirit? We have pleasure. Oh, pleasure's upright. Okay, thank you, spirit. And what about their heart chakra, Anahata? We have adventure showing up reversed. And Vishuddha, their throat chakra, please, spirit. We have fulfillment. And Ajna, their third eye. We have integrity. And their Sahasrara, crown chakra, is courage. At the back of the deck is sensitivity, reversed. Wow. So having a look at this person's energy group too, their chakras are definitely blocked. There's a lot going on in this person, and it feels like they're not being authentic to themselves. They're wearing a mask. They aren't embracing all aspects of who they are, which means they're also looking for distractions right now. It feels like this is somebody who's having a hard time being around people, places, and situations that highlight where they're lying to themselves. So they're looking for enablers. They're looking for situations that can offer temporary satisfaction. And they're also looking for the opportunity to slowly kind of work on themselves without having to address everything head on. This is a complicated person because they come across as someone who is just overwhelmed by the amount that they're expected to do right now. With their root chakra being acceptance reversed, I feel like they're having a hard time grappling with some recent changes in their life. This person may have to make some big changes to their lifestyle. They may need to uproot where they're living. They may need to make some big changes to their health. It feels like this person is in denial over how unstable certain habits have become, to the point where it's a ticking time bomb. They may be in the early stages of a tower moment where some pretty destructive, radical shifts are going to happen against their will because they've ignored the warning signs and refused to make the changes beforehand. Or they could be in the aftermath and they're still having a hard time putting the pieces together and trying to figure out what this all means. For acceptance reverse to be in their root chakra, this person feels very scattered. They feel very unsettled. They feel a little insecure, and they also feel unstable. When we have a look at their sacral chakra, patience is here reversed, signifying that this person's energy is more drawn towards instantly gratifying situations. They don't have the energy to offer into any form of connection or passion that may require more effort from them. It feels like this person is feeling drawn towards scapegoats and the easy ways of doing things, shortcuts. They're looking for efficiency. But with that being said, there is a card in here that says efficiency. There it is. So I just feel like they're very impatient and impulsive, and they may be doing things in a very hot and cold nature. It could feel like this person's energy comes on very strong one minute and then they're very cold the next. They seem to be waiting for something to happen, but they're feeling very impatient about it. And I want to say Svadhisthana, but your sacral chakra is a chakra that can be about expressing yourself sexually as well. So if this is a connection that is more romantic in nature, or you've noticed this person's relationships kind of becoming a little more reckless, I feel like their attachment style is a lot more impulsive, and they're seeking a certain amount of gratification that doesn't seem to be for the benefit of others. It's very self-benefiting. With their Manipura solar plexus being a pleasure energy, it feels like this person is looking for attention that really strokes their ego. They're needing a lot of external validation. This person, I feel, may be struggling with self-confidence issues, but they're likely to continue to invest energy, time, and effort into situations that really stroke their ego, that really make them feel good about themselves. And they're only likely to want to do something if they feel like they're getting something out of it. It has to be something that feels good for them to do. They're not wanting to just put in effort and hard work if the pleasure is something that comes later. They have to feel like they're getting something out of it right here, right now. Your solar plexus chakra, more than action, can be about confidence and a bit of like your ego, your want. So I just feel like this person wants something to be a sure thing before they commit to it, before they go for it. And that could be translated in many different ways, but it could also be a sign as to why this person may have gone a bit cold lately, because if they don't feel like they're getting anything out of interacting with you or with anyone, then they're going to focus their attention on something that will. With this Anahata energy being adventure reverse, their heart chakra is currently feeling very tender. This person may have been through emotional changes or challenges that have made them feeling like it's made them feel very vulnerable, is what that feels like. Adventure reversed makes me think that this person's heart space is not really available. I think that they've locked that down. They're not open right now. And adventure makes me think that they're comparing their connections to a very specific feeling. This person may be looking for roller coasters and butterflies and, all those exciting feelings. And if they can't have that, then they're just chasing that feeling. But I do feel like this person is somewhat emotionally unavailable with adventure coming up reversed. Like, they're not open. That gate is closed. That adventure is closed. Now over here we have Vishuddha, which is your throat chakra. Fulfillment is interesting. Honestly, like, I get this energy that this person is really good at saying the right things. They're really good at doing just enough to kind of feed into a fantasy with the fulfillment energy here. But I strongly feel like they can't follow that through all the time. I do think that they are thinking about ways to give themselves fulfillment. Your throat chakra isn't just about communication. There's also an element here of thinking. But I do think that communication with this person is, like, they know what to say in order to get what they want. And they know what to say in terms of what you want to hear. I feel like they're very good at saying what they know other people want to hear. And this is actually coming through in like a parent-child dynamic. This person may be like a mother's boy, or they may have females around them that they gravitate towards. And even if they do things that could be considered harmful behavior or hurtful behavior towards other people, towards you, I feel like these feminine energies like are really coddling and almost enabling towards this person. So over here with their third eye, we have integrity. And this third eye chakra is almost saying that this person's higher self and their connection to their higher self is actually very strong, which tells me that this person is very self-aware. They know what the right thing is, but just because they see that, just because they know that, just because they see what integrity means and they see how integrity should look, doesn't mean that they always act in that way. This is an incredibly self-aware individual. They have a very close connection to self. They know themselves very well. They have a close relationship to their shadow self and their shadow attributes. But we see here with this seventh chakra being reversed, this courage energy reversed, your seventh chakra is your connection to source. your connection to that higher power, to the collective energy, your connection to God, your connection to the universe, your connection to spirit. And we have courage reversed with sensitivity at the back of the deck. So although this person is very self-aware, they still fail to see the bigger picture. And they almost have this cowardly energy of not fully wanting to admit how their energy impacts other people and how what they're doing can have strong repercussions. So while they're self-aware, they hit a block when it comes to seeing how they are connected to all that is around them and to everything that could happen. I feel like this person, that's why they like to use scapegoats, because they do know accountability, and they do know what it means to have integrity behind your actions and your thoughts and your words, but they fail to see how what they do fits into the bigger picture and how what they do can impact the bigger scale. They don't have that open channel, and they're not receptive towards that higher power. So that's their downfall, I would say. That's what I'm seeing. Let's have a look now at what their energy is right now in general. So I'm going to get a card from the Gem Oracle deck. Spirit Group 2's person. What is their energy right now? Group 2. What is their person's energy? We have Tiger's Eye showing up in the reverse position. So this Tiger's Eye energy, on this card, we have the number 10. We've got the planet Jupiter. And we also have the third eye chakra. This is connected to the earth element. And the pose on this card, let me double check in the guidebook. Am I saying it right this time, Asna? The pose on this card is eagle pose. Garudasana. Okay, so the benefits of that pose is that it stretches your ankles and calves and improves concentration. So intuitively, this card is telling me, I think it coming out reversed is not a coincidence, first and foremost. This card tells me that this person's energy right now is definitely more focused on risks and trying to kind of live in the moment without realizing how their actions are impacting the bigger picture. I do think that this person is taking some pretty big risks, or the moves, the actions that they're choosing are quite risky. There seems to be this energy here of chance and playing with fate. So I feel like this person is a gambler, or they have a gambler's mindset, and they're really just winging it. There's no plan, but there's also no intention. And they're wanting all the pleasures and the thrills of what life has to offer without recognizing the backbone that is needed to follow through. So they may receive an opportunity, and it could appear very lucky, very fortunate, but they don't know how to follow through with that. They don't know what to make of that. This person's energy also feels like it's focused on trying to make the most out of a difficult situation. So they may have recently experienced an ending. Something could have recently changed in their material world, could have uprooted. The Tiger's Eye energy makes me think of their career. They may have recently had to change jobs, or their lifestyle has changed and they've got to reconsider their income and what they're doing with their finances. So this person feels like their energy is very focused on their material world, on any changes or instabilities that they're experiencing within their material world, their finances, their money, their financial situation. This card can also talk about the fact that we all find ourselves in complex and multiform realities. So to live well and bring positive changes to our whole environment, we must cooperate with others, understanding them, helping them, and correcting them where they make mistakes. I feel like this person isn't really open to receiving help. I feel like this person may repeat a lot of mistakes because they have this dignified way of looking at their own life. and they may feel like they need to do everything by themselves. Their energy is only open to a few people. And I feel like there are certain people that they really want to rely on, but at the end of the day, they feel like they have to really rely on themselves. And because of this, they may struggle to understand how healthy reciprocal connections work. If this is a platonic connection, it just feels like this person at times may expect more than they give. Like you may need to kind of reset and remind them like, hey, this isn't how friendship works, or this isn't how family works. Like we need to look out for each other. I need you to be there for me too. If this is a platonic connection, a romantic connection, I feel like this person doesn't really understand how you fit into their world, and they are having a hard time understanding how they fit into your world, because there seems to be an imbalance here in what you can do for each other and in what you're getting out of this situation. This card can also talk about how you are repelling other people's energies instead of allowing them to come in and help out. So I do think that at times this person struggles with cooperation and with the integration of other people in their world. They don't seem to be very open towards others. So let's have a look at what they are focused on right now. Spirit, what is Group 2's person focused on right now, please, Spirit? That was quick. We have the third eye chakra reversed. And let's see what their energy towards your connection is. What is this person's energy towards Group 2, please, Spirit? We have the Hierophant, Teach, in the reversed position. So it does feel like this person has their back up against a wall right now. Spirit's showing me the 5 of Swords at the back of this connections deck. So I feel like they are between a rock and a hard place, and they do think that this is a win or lose situation in your connection. They recognize how they may have let you down by not listening to you. You may have given this person advice and they didn't listen, but they also feel like they're letting a lot of people down. So they feel like they have to do what they think is right, even if they can't make everybody happy. Now, when we look at this person's focus in general, I see that this person is currently uprooting something in their life. We have the 7 of Pentacles at the back of this deck, which is the Patience and Planning card. They've recently had to uproot their expectations when it comes to the future for them and when it comes to their lifestyle. I feel like this person has had to make changes that are more realistic and that are a little bit more rigid. And honestly, like, it gives me that energy of when you take something away from someone, it makes them want to do it more. So this person is having a hard time adjusting, and they are self-sabotaging some of the progress that they could make and some of the opportunities that they should take. Instead of just following that path, they're finding themselves dipping into behaviors and old habits that seem to contradict the growth that they want for themselves. They are transforming, and I feel like they are transitioning forward as well. But with this third eye chakra reversed, they're focused on kind of closing themselves off. We know that they have a very strong connection to self and that they are very self-aware. So for the fact that they're trying not to see with this card reversed tells me that they're also trying to numb. They're also trying to block out that clarity, that strong inner knowing. They're trying to pretend they don't see or feel as deeply as they do. They're trying to ignore their intuition, and they're intentionally confusing themselves to the point where I think this person could pass a lie detector test. Even though you might have had that conversation to them a week ago, you may have said like, hey, why haven't you done this yet? Why did you tell me you were going to do this and you didn't? They may turn around and be like, I didn't. And the lie detector would say, that's true. They're very good at lying to themselves right now. With that third eye chakra reversed, it could also be that this person just doesn't want to read too far into things. They may feel like there's a lot of unknowns There's a lot out of their control. And so they're focused on what they see, what they taste, what they can touch, and what they can feel. They don't want to focus on the in-between, on the unknowns, on the could've, would've, should'ves, on the maybes. It's too much. It's too overwhelming. This person feels overstimulated. And so they could be trying to simplify things by really indulging in the 3D world and by firmly holding on to what is here right now, having a hard time letting go and seeing what could be, because that's scary. And that's where your connection kind of comes into play. I think some of y'all tried to mentor this person or be really hands-on with your advice and your support towards them. But I'm getting this energy from their end of feeling like they've let you down somehow by not listening to you or by not making the changes that you expected of them. Their energy towards the connection is that the connection is changing. And for some of you, they may feel like you've outgrown them in some capacity, or that this connection is becoming too serious compared to what they're available for right now. This person feels like they just want non-serious, easy breezy, easy to digest energy. There's a message coming through saying, I'm running out of time. So that could resonate for some of you. This person's running out of time. And I'm specifically hearing that Tyler Creator song, running out of time to make you love me. I've been in my head again. Yeah, so I do feel like their energy towards you is that they may be very wise and they may really know how to preach some profound words of wisdom, but they're having a hard time applying that to their life. They may have even made a promise to you and they're having a hard time keeping that promise. This person comes across as a very much a human who's making human mistakes and who's having to kind of learn the hard way of how complex we are when it comes to our needs and our desires for gratification. They are not good with their patience right now. They're having a hard time committing to a long-term outcome when it comes to their lifestyle, their future, and their habits. So let's have a look at what their intentions are when it comes to you, sweet soul. This is where we use your tarot deck. Spirit, what is this person's intentions towards my group twos? What is this person's intentions towards group 2? We have the 3 of Wands reversed over here. What is this person's intentions towards group 2? We have the Death card reversed. We also have the Chariot reversed. What is this person's intentions? Okay, why is that so crooked? There we go. We have the Fool card upright, and we have the 7 of Cups. At the back of this deck is the Moon card. I don't think you can see that. It's the Moon card. So looking at this person's intentions, I can see that they are somebody who feels like this connection is going to take a lot of inner work. They seem to be confused about what they should do and about what is best in this situation. For some of you, this person is assuming that your connection is going to get harder before it gets easier. There seems to be a lot of water under the bridge right now. And we know that their focus has a heavy feeling of denial attached to it. So I think that when it comes to this connection, if you're really expecting this person to muster up some sort of courage or some sort of resilience or some sort of focus and clarity when it comes to an emotional awareness, they're really struggling with that. They're struggling with their feelings, they're struggling with their desires, they're struggling with their stability, and they're struggling with their connection to be able to be the person that they should be, or the best version of themselves that they could be. So it's interesting because I just feel a lot of denial here. I think that their intentions with the Three of Wands reversed is to do what they can right now. They don't want to think too far ahead. This person isn't as flexible when it comes to sharing a future in this connection. They may have to consider their own passions right now. This person may have received news recently that they're still processing because it feels like their future isn't what it used to be. And if the two of you had some sort of plan in place, they have to now reconfigure how that fits in to whatever the heck it is that they've also got a plan. This person is trying to get an area of their life in control, and that part of their future doesn't seem to involve you. The Three of Wands reverse could also indicate this person needing to wait until they come back to you. If there is a physical distance here, they seem to be preoccupied and distracted by other things when it comes to their future. With the Death card reversed, this is that denial energy. There is a perceived ending here between the two of you, and because of that, this person is seeing a relief. They believe that because there's been an ending, they don't need to kind of step up and do much. They just have to let this ending kind of unfold and happen. And then once you've almost forgotten about them, then they can reevaluate taking action. I do feel like this person isn't able to take action now. They may linger a little bit with this Death card. Things may stay messy until the dust settles, but they're not doing anything. They're just assuming that things are going to end eventually. This person with the Chariot card reversed, that's where we see that lack of courage again. They also don't have a lot of belief that their actions are what's best in this situation. This person may wait for you to do something first. They don't seem to be wanting to take initiative. Their intentions are, with the Chariot card reversed, to just kind of let the situation happen. They also feel blocked here when it comes to their confidence. Fear seems to be stronger than their courage. And so that's why I think that they're going to wait until it's quite obvious that you've kind of released the reins when it comes to expectations, to the point where you may be more susceptible to forgiving them and letting them kind of start fresh again. I believe that they won't want to kind of pick things up with you until it feels like this situation is baggage free, until it feels like the two of you have an opportunity for a fresh start. No mess, no drama, no baggage, which I think is going to create a lot of confusion, because with this Fool card here, eventually they intend on starting fresh, but they may still not know what they want. It could come from a place of, well, I know that I didn't really finish things right with you, so I want to try again, but I don't know what that looks like. This person is quite confused, and I think their capacity is low and they're not quite emotionally available. So whether this is a platonic or a romantic connection, I don't think that you will see much from this person until they can get into this full energy, and by then they still may not know what they want. So let's get some advice for you now. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 2? What do they need to know right now about this person? What advice do you have for group 2 right now, Spirit? Okay. Your first card is the Vow. What does group 2 need to know right now? We have the Nectar. We also have the Forest. So here's the thing. Your spiritual team wants you to know right now that you should take your commitments very, very seriously. Don't promise anything that you can't keep. The vow card as advice is reminding you how, I want to say, precious your time, your energy, your efforts are. Consistency should be taken seriously. And I think that the vow is reminding you about partnership here as well, reciprocity, promises, and how important it is to have that integrity behind your promises, behind your actions. I do think that this person's going to need a little bit of patience. If this is a platonic connection, I think it has more of a chance to eventually get to a very balanced place. Spirit is saying with the vow reverse that this person does have other commitments that they need to consider. And I think it's important that you also see your life, your commitments, your availability, your consistency as very special, almost sacred things that you should not give or offer freely. You should really consider whether the person you're offering these things to is worthy of that offer. With the nectar energy being here, I do think that this advice is again about what you give, the goodness that you give. But for my romantic connections, sexual connection with this person is not going to make your situation any easier. It's going to bring more confusion on your end, and it's not going to convince this person to be more available for you. It's just going to drag out a messy process, and it's going to add another layer of complexity. I think you need to be very careful about giving this person parts of yourself and your time that could be better invested in other people, other places, other situations. You guys seem to give the goodness of yourself, even in platonic connections, to this person before you think about how you can use that to get more for yourself. This person has an energy that really that really takes what you give. They accept it. But that doesn't mean that they're learning from it or that they're gaining a sense of attachment from it. With this forest energy here as well, I believe that your final advice is about this reminder of we attract what we are, and you guys may need to start thinking about the people that you choose to keep around you, because I'm also hearing the cliche, you are the company that you keep. If part of this person's journey really frustrates you and some of their habits really get on your nerves, there's an opportunity here to see how the tree is no different from the forest. You are the company that you keep. And Spirit's saying if you want to improve the quality of people that you're attracting, you have to reflect on why you keep letting these people into your life. What is it about them that attracts you to them in the first place? I do think that your soul tribe is at a turning point here, and some of y'all could be reinventing your social circles, your partnerships, but you need to use this connection as the learning curve so that you can gain that wisdom necessary to be able to see, well, how can I find myself in a forest of like-minded trees with similar intentions and similar love languages or goals or values, so that I'm not hurt by somebody else's choices. That's what this feels like, sweet souls. That's what I have for you. I'm gonna end your YouTube reading here and take this into your extended now, where we will be focusing more on the future of this connection. So we're gonna have a look at what is changing for them, what is changing for you, what is changing for your connection, and we're also going to have a look at your next actions, their next actions, and what is in your best interest when it comes to this connection. So if the first part of your reading did resonate and you want to join me in your extended, the link is in the description box as well as the pinned comment. That link will take you to my website, so please make sure you click on the right reading, please. Remember your group 2 of the What is Going On for Your Person Right Now YouTube reading that I posted in May 2024. Please make sure you click on the right group and the right reading. Double check, triple check before you spend any money. Thank you so much for all your time, your energy, and your support right here on YouTube. I'm going to wish you all the best in your future group 2. I feel like we both needed that big breath in. If this is where you're leaving us, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead until our paths cross again. Bye. And welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful, I'm pretty sure it's a rhodochrosite heart, or this gorgeous, I gotta remember what it's called, Moonchild tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome group 3. Now I'm going to keep your heart close, but we are going to put it so it's out of the way. We're asking Spirit today, what is going on for your person right now? This is going to be a pretty in-depth reading. As you can see, we've got a lot to cover. There's going to be an extended reading as well. So if this YouTube reading does resonate, the extended reading is a wonderful way to gain additional clarity. It's going to be focused more on the future of your connection, and it's also a wonderful way to support this channel and to support me if you like what I do. So I'm going to open your reading by channeling your energy first, and by making sure that we're getting a breakdown of this person's energy in terms of the chakras, their chakras and where their chakras are at with this beautiful little deck I have right here. As I'm shuffling my group 3s, I want you to focus on your person. Keep this person in mind. Keep their name in mind, or the idea of them in your mind. And I'm just going to tune in to our collective energy. Spirit, please tune me into group 3's energy. Please help me to connect to this beautiful group so that I may offer the most clear, honest messages about their person. Spirit, focusing on the person that is on group 3's mind. What is going on with their Muladhara? What is going on with this person's Muladhara, Spirit? They want to give me 2 cards. We have reliability and we have gentleness showing up under Muladhara. Focusing on Svadhisthana, Spirit, what is going on with this person's sacral chakra? Svadhisthana, I'm only going to take 1. We have strength in reverse. And looking at Manipura, what is happening with this person's solar plexus chakra, please, Spirit? We have love in their solar plexus chakra. Coming up to their heart, what is going on with Anahata? We have satisfaction in their heart space. And having a look at Vishuddha, their throat chakra, what is happening in this person's throat chakra? We have appropriateness. Taking a trip to Ajna now, their third eye. We have enthusiasm reversed. And looking at their crown chakra, please, Spirit. The last card, their crown chakra. What is happening with this person's crown? We have flexibility in the reverse position. Okay. So if we have a look at this person's energy, I do think that they're currently trying to focus more on their actions, and they really seem to be trying to project a specific image. I think that this person is very conscious of how they're being perceived by you and by other people. There is this energy here of them really trying to move forward when it comes to love. But I also think that they have a love language that means that the way that they show love, or the way that they show that they care for people, is by doing, it's their actions, it's acts of service, it's physical touch, it's quality time, it's all of those sort of more physical love languages. This person's communication seems to be very short. They seem to be operating from a space of appropriateness, which looks like somebody who talks directly and they say what they need to say. They don't talk to fill the silence. I believe that this is somebody whose overall chakral alignment seems to have certain activations and certain blockages. They are definitely feeling more blocked when it comes to their sacral chakra. This person's sacral chakra is operating from a space of weakness, which means that they may be struggling to express themselves authentically. They may also be relying on the validation of other people's passions, desires, and wants and needs and urges to kind of stimulate their own. This person is seemingly impulsive when it comes to their passion and their sacral chakra. So I do think that having a root chakra that is so stable is helping to keep them grounded. In fact, this person may have earthy placements in like their Venus sign or their moon sign, because their root chakra is what keeps them grounded and stops them from acting on all of their impulses. I do think that this person's self-esteem may have recently taken a beating. They're coming across as somebody who's really trying to prove themselves. They're trying to prove that they are worthy of love, and they're trying to come across as somebody who is ready for love, who is ready to give love, to receive love. So they almost feel like somebody who may have experienced a rejection when it comes to love, or they may feel like in a current connection in their life, platonic or romantic, they're having to really prove themselves as a lover, as a loved one, and as somebody who can offer support. Coming back to their root chakra, I do think that this person's energy down here is quite used to being grounded, stable. This person comes across as a safety or comfort person. So I think that they're used to other people relying on them, or they're used to having to come through in a specific way where people kind of see them as reliable, as grounded, as stable. With gentleness reversed, they are in preservation mode. I think that there's part of them that is protecting themselves right now, which makes me think that socially, their circle is very small. They're not coming across as somebody who is in the right energy to meet new people, who wants to meet new people. I think that they are coming through as somebody who is trying to protect themselves. So they may be focused on their health more right now, or they may have really like this, whatever this recent rejection was, or this self-esteem sort of issue or challenge was, it's impacted the way that they see themselves, and they've got a hard shell is what it feels like. I'm seeing their root chakra being inflamed, and I know that that's a weird image because it's more of like an energy point. It's not like but your energy point does affect physical parts of your body. So I think that this person's lower back may be causing them pain, or there could be like joint pains as well, because I'm just seeing like even, there's just some stuff going on here that is kind of making this person feel sluggish and protective over themselves. I did mention a lot about the sacral chakra, but I also think with this strength energy reversed, this person is probably trying to get back to a place of feeling strong and of having a clear sense of direction and purpose and having positive outlets. It almost feels like their sacral chakra is purging. I think that they are in a state of trying to renew their sense of passion, purpose, and direction. And the way that they're bringing that zest back, that zeal, that passion, is by really trying to move forward with actions of love. Their solar plexus is where their self-confidence seems to be stemming from. And there were some issues here, but I think that they're very good at pulling this chakra back into alignment. This person's strengths are their masculine energies. Their weaknesses at the moment seem to be their more feminine receptors and energy points. So I think that they're trying to balance out that imbalance by bringing feminine energy into their masculine energy points, by bringing love and this compassion and empathy into their their solar plexus chakra. Their solar plexus chakra is operating from a space of love, which tells me that their actions are focused on being compassionate, empathetic, kind, considerate, supportive. They may be spending a lot of time with people that they care about, family members, loved ones, platonic connections that they really care about. I think that this is more of a physical act though, and it's just something that seems to really soothe them and be gratifying for them. If we have a look at their feelings and their heart chakra, we have satisfaction. So I'm seeing a bit of a plateau here emotionally. This person's heart space seems to be aware of the fact that they have love and support around them. So whatever issue may have occurred recently, it doesn't seem to be impacting how they see love and how they experience love and feel love, but it does seem to be limiting the capacity that they can take on. Satisfaction makes me think that this person isn't open to anything more right now. They're not open to expanding their heart space. They're not open to taking on any new connections. I think with satisfaction here, they're very much in a space of fostering what they already have in their life with relationships. With appropriateness here, I do feel like this is somebody who, like, this is the throat chakra, Vishuddha. So I think that when it comes to this person's thoughts and this person's communication, as I said before, they're keeping it blunt. They're being very clear and reciprocal and appropriate. And this is making me think that they have boundaries, that there's certain lines that they're trying not to cross. They're just saying what they need to say, which is why I think that they are preserving themselves. I also think that mentally they're trying not to overthink right now. They're trying to keep their mind within the realm of sanity. They don't want to be too stressed out. They don't want to overthink. They don't want to overburden their mind with thoughts that could be unhelpful. This person is probably very good at being able to manipulate their mind for their benefit. I think that when they have intrusive thoughts or when they experience episodes of overthinking, they're pretty good at sort of pulling themselves back and pulling the reins a little bit. With enthusiasm over here, this is Ajna, the third eye chakra. It's reversed. So in terms of this person's connection to their higher self and their ability to feel and see with their intuition, I believe that this person is trying to numb themselves a little bit. They're not feeling very connected to their inner knowing and to their higher self. This person may have felt blindsided recently, and they may also be in a place where they just don't want to think too far ahead. They don't want to know everything. They don't want to be open to everything. This person seems a little bit fearful of what they may find if they truly tap into their intuition. And if they were to truly channel between the veil, I think that this person feels that there could be a person in their life or a connection in their life that they don't want to jinx. They don't want to know too much. They just want to kind of see things for what they are right now. They're giving energy that means that, like, they're very focused on their physical and their material world. With flexibility reversed, this is Sahasrara, their seventh chakra, which is your crown chakra. Flexibility reversed is telling me that this energy point is feeling very calcified. I think that their pineal gland in general is having a hard time being able to receive and operate freely. There's some sort of crystallization here or calcification here. And I do think that this was spurred on by stress and worrying and just being more attached to the material world than the energy world. I believe that this is somebody who is currently operating from a very rigid standpoint of needing to see it to believe it. So their connection to source is very rudimentary. It's very sort of just basic mode at the moment. They are somebody who may notice some signs, but they're not actively seeking signs or a connection to source. This person, if they are religious or if they have any faith, they probably have a very rigid way of explaining it. And it's very much about the theory rather than the spiritual connection. I believe with flexibility that reverse, this person may have even felt let down or betrayed by the divine recently. They may have had an experience in their recent history that made them want to be more logical and more skeptical. So I think with flexibility reverse, their crown chakra is not fully open. So when they do receive information, they may have to sometimes learn things the hard way, or they may prefer to operate within safety nets and comfort zones. This person probably likes rules, plans, and regulations as well. So that's what I'm seeing with this person's energy check-in. Let's have a look at what their energy is right now in general. Now that we've had a look at their chakras, Spirit, what is Group 3's person's energy like right now? What is group three's person's energy like? We have I'm not surprised, we have an earth card coming out. This card is the fossilized wood card. It's also connected to the heart chakra. It's got an earthy element associated, and we have Taurus as well as the number 14. Let's have a look at what that asana is. Okay, that is called the triangle pose, and its benefits are to strengthen your thighs and your ankles. I'm also going to have a look at what this person's energy towards you is. Actually, we'll have a look at what they're focused on right now. Spirit, what is this person focused on? What is my group three's person focused on right now? What is my group three's person focused on? We have the heart chakra reversed. And what is their energy towards my viewer? What is this person's energy towards my viewer and their connection with my viewer, Spirit? What is this person's energy? There's a lot of love coming through. They really want me to take this card, the Two of Cups. It nearly came out and then I shuffled it back in and it's come out again. We also have the Lover's card reverse that they want me to take. So having a look at this person's energy, fossilized wood is intuitively telling me that this person is definitely more of that serious sort of energy right now. This is a card that likes to deal with what they know. This is somebody who may be very set in their ways. They may operate from safety nets, comfort zones, in that they love rituals. They have their certain habits that they like to do. They have a daily routine that they probably prefer to stick to. If it's not a daily routine, it could be like a weekly routine. This is somebody who's very comfortable in the 3D world. Schedules and planners were made for this type of person. Their energy in general right now is that they're channeling who they are to show love to the people around them. This is an energy of consistent action and effort in connections. So I feel like this person has a strong focus on love, and you are definitely a big part of that. We can see now that this person's energy is trying to show you that they care. And I do think that if you chose this group, this is somebody who has long-term intentions towards you and towards their connection with you. This is somebody who really deeply cares about the way that you see them and about the way that you see a future with them. So they're putting in a lot of effort here to come through as a stable person and as someone who is reliable towards you, my viewer. And they're also coming through as someone who is practical. So I think that part of this person's love language is to feel like they can help you and that they're someone that you can need or rely on. So I feel like this person may have plans to kind of share more of their inner world with you. There may be plans in the near future to spend more quality time together, to get those sort of shared or mutual interests performed together. And if you don't have a lot in common, then they want to be a part of your world. So they're going to make time to do the things that you want to do. This fossilized wood card also references us living in a time where events can get mixed up. So this kind of reminds us that this is probably somebody who can be very busy from time to time. And I think that they get very overwhelmed by the amount of projects or things that they're working on, and they want to be able to handle their own stuff as well as take on whatever you need them to do. So this card overall encourages us to kind of like ground ourselves and to complete these tasks with a calmness by making it a kind of more mindful task. So I do think that this person's energy is definitely trying to make your life easier right now, and it's trying to help. They're trying to help be more of like a patient and calm person as well, and for all the people in their life. I do think with their heart chakra over here being reversed, we did see satisfaction there. I believe that their focus right now is on maintaining the connections that they have. This person's heart chakra being reversed as a focus means that they are aware of the fact that some of their connections in their life are not in a good place. And I think that this person feels like they need to make up for lost time with certain family members, or like they need to see a mother figure more. There is a strong connection to femininity that this person truly respects. They understand that their needs are different to the needs of those around them, and they're trying to make up for deficits here. They're trying to make up for misunderstandings or for mismatched love languages. This person's probably a quality over quantity type of person, in terms of as long as they get some good quality love time with somebody, like that's fine. But they may have people in their lives who prefer them to be here in quantities than qualities. So if they haven't seen a loved one for a while, this seems to be their focus right now, is really just making sure that the people that they love and care about know that they love and care about them. They are also trying to heal something within their heart chakra. And your heart chakra can also represent your immune system. So they may have just been feeling unwell recently, and this has limited other people's access to them. But it also feels like it's impacting them on an emotional level, on a well-being level, and it's impacting them from a values place, because I think that this person values having loving, supportive people in their life. So they do feel like they've let themselves down as well as these people. So that's a very important thing in this person's world. With this Two of Cups here and the Six reversed, so this is the Lover's card reversed in this deck. When it comes to you, my viewer, and your connection to this person, their energy towards you is that they want to be on the same page. If there is a separation, they want to come together. This card talks about the two of you meeting, having a heart-to-heart conversation, and being able to see eye to eye. This card does acknowledge that the two of you are individuals. You have your own ideas, you have your own dreams, you have your own values, but instead of focusing on the differences, we're respecting them. And we're also highlighting compatibility of how those differences, as well as mutual interests or mutual sort of shared energy between us, is what makes us compatible. So I do think that in this connection, this person is focused on getting to that state of balance, harmony, and partnership within your connection. This person feels a lot of care for you already. There are reciprocal feelings here of recognizing that this is a connection that is worth working on. And if there are any differences, or there has been any separation or distance, they want to push through that. When it comes to this Lover's card reversed, I do think that this person needs to understand your mind a little bit more. I think for you, my viewer, this person just feels like there's something going on in the background with you that they haven't been able to truly unlock. They don't quite understand what that means, or they don't quite understand your perspective yet. So they want to ask questions. They want to open this conversation up, and they want to figure out why things have happened the way that they did, or why you're talking about things the way that you do, why you see things the way that you do. They need to ask some questions, get curious, and really pull back that layer to be able to understand your perspective. The Lover's card also can talk about making a choice, and the twos in tarot can talk about directions and needing to choose or make a decision. So I do think that your connection is at a point where these conversations are probably going to lead to choices and new directions. I think that the goal is to be able to move forward together with a mutual understanding and some sort of agreement in place. But it feels like this may also require compromise. It may also require the two of you being honest about the cons of the situation, right? The things that aren't sort of working, or the challenges that could happen. I do think that overall, this connection is in a good place. This person is very satisfied with you, with your connection. So they want to use that foundation of care and trust within each other to be able to get more raw and more real. I think that moving forward, there could be challenges presenting in this connection, and they want to bring it up now so that it isn't a big issue later. I think they have to tell you something that they've been thinking about, and they want to see how you react. This isn't going to be a huge surprise, but it is new information that you have to think about and consider. This person is expecting multiple conversations out of this, so I think you might need some time to just sort of weigh things up and really think about things before you tell this person your answer. So that's what I'm seeing when it comes to their energy towards you, their focus right now, and their energy in general right now. Let's have a look at what their intentions are when it comes to you. So we're going to pull tarot for this. Spirit, for my group threes, what are this person's intentions towards my group threes, please, Spirit? What are this person's intentions towards my group threes? Okay, we have the Three of Wands coming out first. What are this person's intentions? We have the Nine of Cups. Okay, we're going to take it. We do have the Ten of Swords falling out of the deck. What else can you tell us about this person's intentions? They are showing me shadow work. And at the back of the deck is the Five of Cups reversed with the Seven of Cups behind that as well. And we had the Six of Cups behind the Seven of Cups. So I'm seeing a progression here. If this person has left you feeling confused and has made you feel like you don't know like where you stand, you don't know what they want, you don't know what to expect moving forward, I can see them genuinely wanting to work on that. I can see this person trying to pull this connection out of a period of loss and disappointment. They feel like they may have let you down quite severely. So take it as it resonates for this group. But for some of you, there has been a really harsh ending. And the Ten of Swords doesn't just happen overnight. There are warning signs. There are red flags. There are alarm bells going off. And usually when this happens, it can feel like a betrayal. I'm hearing an ultimate betrayal. What seems to have happened here is that this connection had momentum. And then as time passed, this person's actions may have really reached a point where they left you in the dark, either because communication dropped off or they didn't follow through with something the way that they had intended to. Now, for my people who haven't had a harsh ending, this Ten of Swords in their intentions means that they do want to put an end to a difficult cycle. They want to put an end to a difficult cycle for everybody in this group. I feel these heavier energies are talking about challenges that may be creating emotional distance between the two of you. This person wants to be on the same page again. At this stage, what they feel for you cannot be denied. Their energy towards this connection is that they need to kind of clear the air, they need to have a conversation, and they need to be honest with you. For some of you, they need to finally open up about why they did what they did or what's been going on behind the scenes. I think that this person may have tried to manifest in a very positive way towards you. They may like to keep their challenges personal, and they may not have really opened up to you about how much they've been going through lately. I can see that this person is definitely someone who's trying to turn a negative situation into a positive with your connection. If we have a look at the Three of Wands over here, this is somebody who is thinking about the future. And when they think about the future, they're thinking about excitement. However, their intentions are to definitely wait until the energy is right. So if there is a physical separation between the two of you, they could be waiting to be able to come closer towards you. If you have had no contact with this person, I do think that this Three of Wands is about them trying to make sure that they come back into your life at the right time. Overall, this is an energy of optimism and genuinely looking forward to the opportunity to see you again. I think that for this card to be the first card that came out, They seem to be waiting for something very specific to happen in order for that door to be fully open in this connection. Overall, this tells me that their intentions are positive, but their intentions are also reliant upon some sort of timing. So if this timing is not in their hands, which it doesn't seem to be, they're just waiting to kind of see the green light. Spirit, what is this person waiting for with the Three of Wands? What is Group 3's person waiting for with the Three of Wands reversed? We have the Seven of Wands. For some of you, they're waiting to build up courage, or they're waiting to overcome a challenge in their life. They're waiting for a clear plan to be put in place. But I do think that this person is waiting for the right momentum within self. They seem to be waiting for somebody else to kind of tell them something so that they can then talk to you about it. This person has some pretty big plans for their future, and I think that some of these plans are very self-focused. They may be plans that could impact this connection because they've decided to do something for themselves that they feel they need to communicate with you. So their intentions are to wait until they have more information from this authoritative figure, and then they need to work up the courage to be able to communicate that to you. Spirit, what is this information they're waiting for? What is this information? The Five of Pentacles. It could have to do with work, could have to do with their finances. This person may be waiting to hear back about a job or a loan. They're waiting to hear back about their money. Whatever this news is, it's going to impact their lifestyle, their finances, their budget, and it's going to change how available they are, because I think that this person may need to put more effort into their material world if they don't hear what they want to hear. They seem to be waiting to hear information that could get them out of a rut and be a very positive change for their income. But that also means sacrifice with the Five of Pentacles. In order to make those changes, they have to be more strict with their time. So this person could be very busy in general, and they're just waiting for everything to kind of be more balanced so that they can communicate with that with you. Oh my gosh. So that's their intentions. There's a lot going on behind the scenes with this person. What do they intend to do once they have the courage, Spirit? Can we clarify what this Three of Wands means in terms of their intentions towards my viewer? Okay, the Ten of Cups with the Five of Cups. So they're going to be honest with you with the Five of Cups. Their intentions are to deliver the news honestly, but they're hoping that this doesn't impact your connection long term. They're hoping that the disappointment is temporary, so that long term you guys can have this Ten of Cups, but temporarily these changes are hard to talk about, and it's going to be hard for you to hear as well. These are changes that are necessary for that long-term future. So again, it's about sacrifice, temporary sacrifice. The Nine of Cups is interesting. I think that this person is genuinely just trying to do what's best for them. They're trying to take care of themselves, and they're trying to make sure that they are presenting their best self to you. So I almost feel like this person is pretending to be happier than they are. Their intentions with the Nine of Cups seems to be to make sure that they're happy, to make sure that they are taking care of themselves, but also happy when they're around you. Spirit, is this person hiding the way that they feel from my viewer? We have the Two of Cups reversed. Yes, definitely. And the Ten of Wands. They're hiding how much stuff they have going on. This person has a lot of burdens. They have a lot of responsibility. They have a lot weighing on their shoulders. They're not being completely honest with you about how stressed out they are and about how overworked they feel. This person is burning out. The stress, the anxiousness, and the level of responsibility they feel, the pressure is too much. So I think that their intentions are to try to continue to be this Nine of Cups, this happy person. They're not being fully open about everything that's going on behind the scenes here. So that explains a lot with this Ten of Swords. Spirit, how do we get to this Ten of Swords moment? Ace of Swords reverse. They refuse to communicate. And so there's a breaking point here. where information comes out in a way that feels like it's a betrayal. Instead of having that conversation earlier, we're letting it build and build and build. And for some of you, an action occurs that feels like a mistake. I'm hearing you weren't supposed to see that, or you weren't supposed to hear that. You feel blindsided. Who is betrayed? Is it my viewer, or is it this person? If it's this person, show me earth energy, spirit. If it's this person, show me earth energy. Who is feeling betrayed? My viewer. My viewer is feeling betrayed. 8 of Cups. Ace of Wands. You're coming from a place of, is this person selfish? Why would they make that decision? Do they even care about me? Is what they said real? Why would they do this without communicating with me? Do they even want this? Will our connection fizzle out? If this is a newer connection, you're worried about the choices this person is making because you're like, well, how do I fit in that decision? How does our connection fit with that choice? Like, you're choosing something that creates a distance between us. You're choosing something that will limit our ability to bond and to connect and to really work on this relationship. So you feel betrayed because you're like, why would you choose that? It's going to create emotional distance, and it's also going to make the spark go out. There's no opportunity for our energy to expand from here. So I don't think they intend to hurt you, but it just seems to happen because they aren't fully paying attention to what they need to say and do in this connection. So with this shadow work energy, their intentions seem to lead to an outcome here of feeling like this connection is triggering a lot of aspects of themselves, their choices, their lifestyle that they've been trying to avoid. This shadow work energy is an energy of denial coming to the surface. It's an energy of trying to ignore everything, being finally forced to the light. All the shadows, all the triggers, all the insecurities, all the fears that were sitting just below the surface or even layers and layers deep within are being pushed into the light so that now you can see them, they can see them, and they can't just avoid it anymore. I don't think this is intentional, but I think that if they want this connection to be successful moving forward, they need to do this. They need to bring all of this to the surface. I feel like this person is embarrassed by the choices that they've made, and they're also having to see the complexities of their decisions, the contradictions to their beliefs. This person may say that they value family, they value you, they value this connection, but then the choices that they make contradict that. If you truly valued me, this connection and your family, why did you choose a decision that was going to create emotional distance from those things that you love? And I think that that's where this person's love languages are mislabeled, because they care so much for you. They want this happy future with you. So this is what they're doing to create that. They need to take care of their own backyard. They need to make sure they have the means to support the vision. But instead you're like, the means don't matter. I just want the vision. This person's like, well, I need stability for this vision. So Spirit, what can you tell us about this shadow work in terms of this person's intentions towards my viewer? We have the 5 of Wands reversed. I think that this person is trying to avoid conflict. They don't want to make this bigger than what it is, and they're afraid of other people's opinions. They are trying to rectify the situation by making sure that they do what they can here. I see them reciprocating your energy, making sure that they give as much as they get. And if you give them homework, if you say like something to them, like, I need you to do this for me, I need you to do this for us, they will do it. I just think that they're still operating from that place of needing like a goal to work on, needing a task to complete. That's their energy with this fossilized wood. Their energy is that they're task orientated, they're goal orientated. You need to be able to kind of give them something to work on. If you just leave them up in the air with philosophy and ideas, they have no sense of direction and they start to feel very lost, and their passion starts to be misplaced, and they start to make impulsive decisions guided by love, but misplaced impulses. So when it comes to this shadow work energy, their intentions are to try to minimize conflict between you, minimize challenging energy between you, minimize external input that could be harmful by trying to give as much as you give and reciprocate the effort that you're putting into this connection. Are they avoiding anything, Spirit? What are they avoiding if they are? The Moon and the Nine of Cups. I don't think they're avoiding. I think they just have a hard time understanding and seeing. This person would benefit from your basic counseling, your basic, just not even with a psychologist, just a certified counselor, someone who can help them understand their feelings and pick apart their emotional needs. Because this person isn't hiding anything willingly, but they just don't necessarily understand. And so I think that there are layers to this person's emotional self, and they are just doing what feels right. The Moon with the Nine of Cups, the Moon can be a card of deception and secrecy, but with the Nine of Cups there, it's like this person's in the dark with their feelings. So they're just trying to do what feels right. They're doing what makes them happy. They're doing what feels fulfilling. And they're trying to do all of that with a smile, even though there's a lot of chaos under the surface. Very emotionally strong person, very emotionally resilient person with a very hard shell. It's giving that Cancerian energy, and it's the cliche of why they are the crab, because they have that hard shell on the outside, but they're so soft in the inside. So with that bottom deck energy being the Five of Cups, I believe that overall, my group threes, this person is trying to make sure that this connection, no matter the challenges it goes through, has a positive outlook, a positive outcome. And I think that this person is trying to make sure that during the next chapter of your connection, this connection is recovering from disappointment and from loss and from feelings of challenge and hardship. So what is the advice for my viewer before I go into the extended? Based on their current energies, what is the advice for my viewer? The advice right now, we have the Box reversed, we have the Womb reversed, and I'm going to take the Desert and the Forest. I think Spirit wants you to lean on other people in your connections, in your close circles. With this Forest energy, you should not be isolating yourself. I think that this person is afraid of what other people will think, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't open up to your support team. I think that this is about feeling like you have other people who can validate your feelings and support you through the choices that you should make. When it comes to opinions, I do think that you need to give yourself and this person a chance to make those decisions together. Relying on other people is just about getting that emotional support. You're not getting advice from them, but you're getting emotional support from them. And that's something you may need to communicate with this person as well to put their mind at ease. It shouldn't change the way they see this person, but it should help you feel less alone with this Desert energy. You don't have to go through this feeling isolated and cut off. I do think that the two of you have shared goals. I think that it's really important to go over what your hopes and desires and needs are. With this Womb energy reversed as advice, there is a feeling here of making sure that this connection is satisfying the things that you had hoped for, while also being aware of how you may have been. There's almost this energy of you wanting something from this person, and maybe they even, with a smile said, yeah, I can do that, not opening up to you about everything that they had going on. There needs to be clarification over how this person can show up for you, because it does feel like with the Womb reversed here, you're feeling unsupported in this connection. There's an element of you feeling like you had big plans to grow with this connection with this person, and the choices that they're making make you think that they don't feel the same way. So the Womb is sacral chakra energy. It's feminine energy of expression, growth, fertility, and also this idea of nurturing from within. So for it to be reversed, I think you need to find a way to express all of this with this person instead of keeping it within. You need to find a way to let it out and peel back those layers with them. And I don't think it's a simple conversation. I think it's going to take a time to unpack these feelings and to really kind of get to the root of why you feel the way that you do. For the box to be reversed as advice, there is this feeling here of liberation, freedom, making sure that you're not putting this connection in a box, making sure that you're not comparing this connection to other people's journeys. There's an energy here of rebellion and freedom, and making sure that this connection has room to grow into its best version of itself. You and this person's connection may be a little unconventional. This next chapter could look like something that's very different to what you'd originally set out to do together. There may be some very flexible sort of interpretations of companionship and partnership coming up between the two of you. But that doesn't mean that it's not a connection, and that doesn't mean that you don't both love each other. I think you need to kind of free your mind a little bit while also having some sort of plan in place to ensure that this connection still fulfills the needs that it needs to. I do think that for a lot of you, this is a romantic connection, but for my platonic connections, you still need to find a way to feel loved and supported by this person, regardless of the choices that they make. So that's what I'm seeing for you. You're a very long reading, longer than I expected. I'm going to end your reading here, my group 3s, so that I can go into your extended, where we will focus on the future of this connection. We're going to be having a look at what is changing for this person, what is changing for you, and what is changing for your connection. We're also going to have a look at your next actions, their next actions, and what is in your best interest in terms of advice. So if the first part of your reading did resonate and you want to extend those messages, gaining further clarity and supporting this channel, the link to your extended reading is in the description box. Please remember your group 3 of my What is Going On for Your Person Right Now reading that I posted in May 2024. Double check, triple check before you spend any money. Make sure you've clicked on the right reading. When you click on those links, it'll load a page and you'll need to find your reading. So double check before you check out that you've selected the right reading. Thank you so much, group 3s, for all your time, your energy, and your support. Thank you for letting me channel for you. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm adoring this energy exchange. I wish you all the best in your future. If this is where we are parting ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your road ahead. Until we meet again, bye. Hi, my group 4s, and welcome to your reading. It is so lovely to have you all here. We're asking Spirit today, what is going on for the person on your mind right now in their life? I do have a lot to cover, as you can see. I've laid this out for us just to remind me what I need to cover on YouTube, and to also remind you that there will be an extended version to this reading. So the way that extended readings work is that if the first part of your reading really resonates for you here on YouTube and you want more clarity, the extended reading is available to purchase from my website. It's also a really good way of supporting me as a reader if you like what I do here on YouTube. So with that little spiel out of the way, let's get into it. I am obsessed with your crystal, sweet souls. It's definitely a personal favorite. I don't use it very often in my readings because I actually feel like it's more of like a statement piece. So it's very beautiful, and so is your deck. This is the Lucid Minds Tarot deck, but we're actually going to start with my Destiny cards right here, and we're going to do a chakra breakdown of this person's energy. So please keep your person in mind while I shuffle your cards and tune into your energy. Spirit, please help me to offer group 4 the most clear, honest messages about their person and about their connection to their person. As we channel group 4's energy, Spirit, please help me to channel the most clear, honest messages for this beautiful group. Okay, group 4. Starting with Muladhara, the root chakra. This person's energy is courage in the reversed position. Let's have a look at Svadhisthana. We have harmony reversed for their sacral chakra. And looking at solar plexus spirit, we have spontaneity reversed. And what about Manipura, please, spirit? Oh no, that was Manipura. That was too many words at once. What about Anahata, please, spirit? Their heart chakra. We have creativity. Interesting. Can we have a look at their... You better get out of here with that toy, little lady. Good girl. What about Vishuddha, please, spirit? Where is this person's throat chakra at? We have gentleness. That's interesting. And let's have a look at Ajna, their third eye. We have a blank space. Wow. Some of y'all may be Swifties. You don't have to be. It just came to mind with the word blank space. And we're going to have a look at their crown chakra now, Sahasrara. Spirit, what can you tell us about this person's pineal gland, their third eye, their seventh chakra? We have joy. I see this person as a seeker. They come across as somebody that's trying to look for the deeper purpose, the deeper meaning, but they're so up in the sky with their energy that their feet aren't touching the ground. It's giving me fairy vibes. It's giving me fantasy, wanting to escape reality and feeling more comfortable in the in-between rather than the harsh realities. This person's chakras are very activated the higher you go. The higher you go from the heart chakra all the way up to their crown. They're very focused on keeping those chakras open, but the bottom three seem to be struggling, only because the bottom three don't have a confident root. They don't have a strong enough sort of foundation, and it does all start with the root chakra over here, with courage reversed. The root chakra in your energy can be a point of stability, of certainty, of security, of health, and also in some ways structure, because it's a good foundation to fall back on. And at times it can represent new beginnings. So I do feel like in this person's energy, they may be seeking growth in very specific ways to the point where they're not open to much change in a material way. I feel like when it comes to courage reversed, this is an energy of somebody who's almost avoiding and escaping some sort of responsibility or reality. They may also feel like their structures are suffocating at times. Their lifestyle could feel suffocating at times. I think that this is somebody with courage reversed who's often finding it hard to create a sense of stability around self. So I wouldn't be surprised if they seek stability in the unknown, in their spirituality or in their fantasies. This is somebody who's seemingly not comfortable with conformity and stability, at least if they're expected to create it for themselves. And that could just be a present energy. That may not be how they've always been, but tuning into them right here, right now, they are having a hard time offering themselves that stability that they need. And they're finding this to be a weak spot in their lifestyle. As we move up into Svadhisthana, which is their sacral chakra, the orange feeling or the orange color that this chakra usually has is really burning quite brightly to the point where it just feels like a big flame down here. Now, that doesn't necessarily come across to me as an activation. It's coming across to me as a warning. I feel like this person really needs to sit in these lower chakras more and to really ground themselves in all of the untapped potential they hold below their chest. I feel like this person's lower vessel, lower energies are very underutilized. With harmony reversed in their sacral chakra, there is an imbalance here of expression, of passion, of sexuality, and of creativity. This person's or source of inspiration seems to come from one very specific outlet, and they don't always feel like they have that within self. They may be seeking that from other places, from people that they love with their heart chakra being open, or from spirit. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but I think that at times this person may truly struggle to trust themselves because they don't always trust their own source when it comes to creation and expression. Disharmony could be talking about an imbalance within their sense of purpose and within their current passions and interests. This person may either over-fixate on the things that they're really excited about to the point where it becomes an obsession that takes a real fast hold of them and kind of leads them astray from their other responsibilities. Or they may have a really hard time engaging and activating their creative spark. So it's a very much one way or the other, one extreme or the other. There's no harmony here. There's no balance here. Harmony can also be referencing this person's connection to others and how they are having a hard time feeling like they have a strong connection to the people around them. This person may feel like they kind of stand out for all the wrong reasons, or that they don't have what other people have when it comes to being able to either create or kind of follow a sense of purpose. And that is translating into their self-confidence with spontaneity reverse. This is their solar plexus chakra. It's the chakra that sits kind of above the navel, above your belly button. And it's supposed to be about your ability to kind of move forward. It kind of ends up reflecting the way that you see yourself, because it is a very action-orientated chakra. And it can also talk about trusting your gut and really channeling that instinctual feeling of knowing when something is right, to be able to feel confident enough to follow it through. In your reading, this person's energy with spontaneity reversed feels like they have a hard time trusting these intuitive pulls. They rely on their third eye. They don't always trust their instincts. And I think that this person may assume that their human self makes a lot of mistakes, but their spiritual self sees all. And I do think that with spontaneity reverse, this person may have a hard time trusting other people's intentions and actions. They may assume that humanity is more likely to mess up and make a lot of mistakes than positive impacts. This person may have a really narrow mind of fellow humans, and they may just assume the worst of the world right now. I think with spontaneity reverse, this person is not in a position to make any drastic or dramatic or radical changes to their lifestyle. I think they prefer to really think things through. They could have a really slow-moving placement in their Mars sign that makes them a little bit hesitant to want to rush into things. I think that this person is also wary of other people who come across as impulsive and spontaneous. It might trigger some red flags within them. They may also be someone who's experienced like love bombing, or people who tend to just come on really, really strong only because they want something very, very specific to their individual needs. So I think that their solar plexus chakra with spontaneity reversed is indicating caution and slow movement, and also just maybe some questions about self-esteem and confidence. I don't think that this person doesn't have any self-esteem or confidence, but I think that they do like to really question their actions before they take them, and question the integrity and the intentions behind their actions. With that being said, heart chakra up here, creativity, I think that their heart chakra, anahata, is definitely trying to lead the way with a lot of the decisions that they're making right now. I think that although we didn't see creativity down here, you gotta get out, toy out, good girl, toy out. Although we didn't see creativity down here in the sacral chakra, the heart chakra is saying that this is somebody whose emotions are coming from a space of wanting to create, of wanting to kind of grow and potentially express and expand. This person's heart chakra is definitely activated, and it could be a focus for this person right now. They could be really trying to focus on themselves, focus on their heart's intentions, and they could be trying to really focus on making sure that emotionally they're open to receiving love. This person could be manifesting love into their life right now. They could be working hand in hand with the universe, God, spirit, the divine source, whatever you want to call it, to try to create more love, more support, more connection. So this is definitely a focus. And I think as we move up to the 5th chakra, which is Vishuddha, their throat chakra, we see here that the way that they're approaching their heartfelt intentions and desires is through a very gentle approach. The throat chakra is mostly about communication as well as thoughts. So I think that when it comes to how this person is viewing their experience we call life, they're trying to be very gentle with the people around them and with themselves. I feel like this person is protecting themselves very much so from anything that could hurt themselves, but they're also trying to see the situations that they're given with an energy of slow and steady. This gentleness is giving me this image of somebody who's slowly trying to steep a dish in hot water, because if we drop it, it could smash, but it needs to go into the water, so we're slowly lowering it in. I feel like when it comes to the way that this person communicates, this could be somebody who's a little timid, reserved, who kind of holds back, who's trying not to provoke or stir or create a scene. They're very thoughtful. It's giving Virgo placements within their Mercury. I think that what they have to say is quite intentional, but I also think that they bite their tongue and they try to come across as being quite soft, gentle, and kind. Over here, Ajna, their third eye chakra with blank space, tells me that this person's connection to their higher self, to their inner knowing, and to their intuition is seemingly open. It's a very much a channel or a nerve that they aren't restricting. This person could actively be psychic, intuitive, or channeling. They may be seeking a very strong intuitive connection, or they are simply very, very open to the world that their third eye leads them to. I do think that this has its downsides. I honestly feel like this is someone that really loves to live in their head. I think this is someone that loves to exist in a fantasy. They love to exist in toy out. They love to exist in a world that seems to be mostly scenarios, right? The could've, would've, should'ves, the potentials. This person may get very attached to the ideas of things and to the potential of a situation rather than what is happening right now. I do feel like this person may be actively trying to either be like a lucid dreamer, or they may be trying to project themselves into alternate sort of timelines, dimensions, versions of reality in whatever way they can, whether it's just through their imagination, whether it's through meditation. It could even be some form of like journaling or writing. And it could also just be them having really provocative sort of daydreams. But they are definitely giving me escapism. Like, I feel like their third eye creates a blank canvas for them where they can create whatever reality they want. And that's why I think this person has such a strong connection to source, with joy showing up here in their 7th chakra, their crown chakra, Sahasrara. So I think that with joy being here, this energy point for them, their pineal gland, is very much open. And they have a beautiful, childlike, innocent connection to source. It's very activated. There's no calcification, there's no crystallization. This pineal gland, well, no bad forms of crystallization. I think it's actually good for your pineal gland to have crystals, but don't quote me on that. I think that their pineal gland is so active, and it gets a lot of use compared to the average person, to the point where Spirit's like, if you were to, you know, do an MRI on this person's mind, that gland would be a little bit bigger than the average Joe. I think that this person gets a lot of validation from Source. They get a lot of encouragement from Source. They have a very active presence to the collective energy and to the other dimensions, if you believe in that. I feel like this person actively communicates with loved ones who have passed on, or they actively communicate to Source. They may be a frequent prayer, like they like to pray. They may also just go deep into their thoughts to the point where they're tuned in so precisely. They get a lot of confirmation from Source. And because of that, I think that this connection genuinely brings them a lot of joy, a lot of comfort, a lot of love. The thing about this joy energy is it is the highest feeling you can get in this deck, the highest energy vibration. So this person's 7th chakra is so open, activated, and connected. They have a lot of awareness of what is around them and of what is to come. And that's why it's hard for this person to stay on the ground, because their higher chakras are so open. They're not here. They're living in other timelines, other possibilities, other realities. So that's what I'm seeing with their chakra breakdown. Let's have a look at where their energy stands right now. I'm going to pull a card from my Gem Oracle deck. Spirit, for my group 4s. How does their person's energy stand? Which of these cards most honestly depicts their energy right now? My group 4's person. Which of these cards most honestly? Spirit's giving us natural agate, and it is showing up. Well, it was showing up in reverse, but I'm not going to take it fully reversed. Natural agate in this deck has the number 2, Venus. We also have the heart chakra, earth energy, and I'll double check what that asana is because I'm not 100% confident. Spirit, what is this person's focus right now? What is this person's focus right now, please, Spirit? We have the 3 of Cups, rejoice in celebration. And what is their energy towards their connection with my viewer? What is this person's energy towards their connection to my viewer, please, Spirit? Wow, this person's overcoming something in this connection. I'm trying to focus on the positives with you. We have coming together reversed and crown chakra reversed. So that's the 2 of Cups reversed. The back of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. And throughout this deck, I don't know if I can find it now, the 5 of Cups kept flipping around, trying to come out, but instead we got the 2 of Cups reversed. And in this deck, the 5 of Cups says to change your focus. There it is. So I do feel like when it comes to this connection, this person is trying to turn a negative into a positive with you. It feels like they're trying to switch up the emotional connection that they have with you. There's a lot of feelings here. So whether this is a platonic connection or a romantic connection, this is somebody that feels very drawn towards you. There's a foundation of appreciation here. For some of you, this is a crush with Venus and 2, a crush that is still developing, a connection that is still getting off the ground, as I'm seeing the early stages of trying to further this connection through an initial challenge where the 2 of you were not on the same page and where the 2 of you may have it resulted in a separation. For those who don't resonate as this being a newer connection, I still think that this connection is going through a new cycle. And it's really important that this person shows up for you to show you how much you mean to them. There is an energy in general radiating from this person that feels very heartfelt. When it comes to their chakras, I can kind of see why the activation portal starts from their heart, because they are inspired by their feelings. They're using their heart's intentions to steer the other activated chakras. The only reason their throat chakra is so active is because their heart chakra wants to create something here in this connection. So they're using their thoughts, their communication, their ideas to try to channel that heartfelt desire into some sort of outcome. Therefore, their third eye was also activated to try to ascertain what this could be. I think the blank space up here is a reflection of this person trying to understand what is going to happen between you and them. Them seeking answers, trying to keep things open, hoping for the best, but also being prepared for if things take a negative turn. I do think that Spirit is really trying to come through and direct this person to follow through with their heartfelt desires and their heartfelt intentions. This is somebody who is operating from a place of compassion and equality. I think that they intend on trying to facilitate something between the two of you that suits both of you. I'm hearing mutually gratifying. This person may try to use big language as well, to try to kind of impress you or come across as somebody who really knows what they want. And if that doesn't work, then they'll use a more casual approach if that means that you perceive them as being more authentic. But they want to handle this connection with a level of compassion and equality, recognizing you, your needs, and what you expect from them. Intuitively, this natural agate is an opportunity to ground things with you and to really kind of foster these tender moments and feelings that they have for you. If this is a newer connection, this person sees a lot of potential in this connection becoming something more. And I think that if this is a platonic connection, this person really wants to create more moments with you, wants to create more time with you. They want to kind of spend more bonding time with you. I could say that for all of you though, not just platonic connections. But I do think that for my people who are interested in this person romantically, they are probably someone that needs to feel a little bit more safer. They want to kind of create more moments to feel more grounded in this with you. They don't feel entirely safe yet. If this is a romantic interest, I think they would prefer to kind of take things a little bit slower. It may take them a while to fall head over heels, but they are recognizing the initial spark, the initial feelings. And I think that for my romantic interest people who have known this person for a little while, there is this desire here to use the momentum of your connection to turn a new leaf for the better. Now, I am just going to double check if there's anything else that I've missed with this natural agate card from the guidebook. So I'm going to start by clarifying what that pose is. So this pose down here is called the lotus pose. Obviously, it's like one of the most famous poses. I'm so sorry. I'm like a novice, you guys. I could count on one hand the amount of yoga lessons I have taken in my life. So the benefits of this pose, the lotus pose, is to the back and the spinal column. So it can really help with your posture, and it can also open up your chest and offer very clear, open breathing. So the energy behind this card is that it highlights a moment to use all of your common sense. Projects that a short time ago were still dreams are now well on their way. We are close to realizing something, but we must study every minimal detail without becoming anxious. Natural agate will push us to use all our realism and practicality. Life is made of relationships, and we must use them to bring water to our mill. Wow. So this card can also be about facing problems without becoming anxious, by assessing like how can we organize our time better? Are we satisfied with the level of concentration we're giving? Can we improve? This card does talk about trusting yourself. So I think that this person is feeling anxious about this connection. They're coming to you hoping that you'll go easy on them. but that what you have to say to them is going to help them trust themselves a little bit more. The idea behind this crystal is to try to help you become more aware of your own body, curbing some of your anxiousness. Their energy in terms of their focus right now with the Three of Cups is in trying not to take things too seriously. I think this person may be presenting a very carefree, easygoing persona. They may also be very focused on reconciliation and meeting up with you again. If the two of you have been apart for a little while or for some time, there is this energy here of trying to focus on coming back together and enjoying life together. I think that the Three of Cups is talking about a very light-hearted moment to do so. For some of you, this could be a celebration where other people are present as well. I'm thinking of like a birthday or somebody's engagement party. It could be as important as a wedding for some of you. Or it could just be a social event that's really sort of relaxed and there's a lot of high vibes, right? People are pretty happy to be there. A lot of laughing, maybe some drinking, dancing, that kind of stuff. Their focus is definitely on being able to stay present and to enjoy the moments for what they are. I do think that this person is trying to make sure that their mindset is positive because there's all of this uncertainty lurking below the surface, right? They don't necessarily feel like they're the most stable person right now. There's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to this person's sense of security and their ability to take action when they need to. It feels like this person would prefer to have more certainty, more of a plan before they were required to do something that's out of their comfort zone. But they almost feel like they need to be a little bit more flexible and spontaneous. So this does not feel comfortable. They're coming across as someone who's really carefree and easygoing, but I think that they put a lot of thought into being social and interacting with other people. Their focus is on trying to kind of loosen up a little bit is what it feels like with that Three of Cups. When it comes to your connection to this person, group 4, this person is assessing the differences. They definitely feel like they missed something here. If you guys are in separation, this person is focusing on what caused the separation. They're trying to understand things from their side so that they can bring that to the table and talk to you about what's going on your side. This person definitely feels like the two of you are not on the same page. If you're not in separation, I do think that this is somebody who feels like emotionally you're not as close as you could be. And I think that there is this awareness of you holding each other at arm's length. The fact that crown chakra had to come out with it tells me that this person is probably seeking answers through their divine source, their divine channel. They're definitely divinating and asking spirit and the universe for signs on what they should do, on how they can kind of fix this situation. I do think that while they're aware of the fact that there is emotional separation and this energy of you two not being on the same page, they don't want to linger in this. They want to find solutions and they want to kind of find a way to talk about this as well, my group 4s. So I don't think that this separation is going to last, but we will be focusing more on the future of this connection in your extended reading. I think that for right now, their energy towards you is that they need to be able to process what's happening on their end, and they also want to understand what's going on your end. I think this person may struggle with emotional vulnerability, which is why they're really focusing on keeping their heart chakra open, on activating that portal so that they are open to creating something here in this connection. Let's have a look at what their intentions are now with your tarot deck, the Lucid Minds tarot deck. Oops. Spirit, what is this person's intentions towards my viewer? What are this person's intentions towards my viewer, please, Spirit? What are this person's intentions towards my viewer? Okay, I've got a few cards coming out. What is this person's intentions towards my viewer? Thank you, Spirit. Can I get one more card, please? Thank you, Spirit. At the back of the deck is the Four of Swords. The first card that came out is the Six of Cups reversed. Then we also have the Strength card reversed. We have the Five of Cups upright. And we have the Two of Cups upright. I think this person is very concerned about having to make you wait. We have the Three of Wands. I don't think they want to wait any longer. At the time that you're seeing this reading, this person is really hoping sooner rather than later to be able to close the distance between the two of you. And for some of you, there is a physical distance here. But for a lot of you, this distance is just talking about a lack of maybe communication as well as emotional intimacy. I do think that with the Four of Swords at the back of the deck, right here, right now, they intend on taking this very slowly. They're still in an energy of seeking. They're seeking clarity, they're seeking answers, they're seeking stillness and healing so that they can, from a calm place, better understand what their feelings, fears, wants and needs are. Then I believe they want to approach this connection and communicate their feelings. The thing is, their intentions when it comes to this connection, right now, they're really sifting through your shared experiences, your memories, your past sort of history. They're in a very nostalgic energy where they're reflecting and they're thinking back. They're looking back at everything and they're trying to understand the way that the two of you make each other feel based on your past experiences together. I can see with the Six of Cups here upright, this person has a fondness for you. If you haven't known them for a long time, they already feel like the two of you have known each other for a while, and they feel like the two of you have something special that is worth exploring further. I don't think they're confused. I think they're just trying to understand you a little bit better. This person, for some reason, is trying to figure you out. You come across as a little bit of a mystery to them, and they also just want to feel safe before they open up more and before they really reveal themselves more. If you've known this person for a while, they're really taking their time to sift through all of those shared memories, those experiences, and those moments that you kind of just shared together, getting to know each other or even just dilly-dallying the day away. I think with the Strength card reversed here, this person's intentions are to try to take a gentle approach here. They don't want to come on too strong. They don't want to just sort of rush in and be very loud about it. I feel like they want to be slow. They want to be patient. They want to be compassionate. They want to be gentle. And that's why we see their throat chakra in this gentleness energy. They're taking time to really sift through how they feel right now. And I do think that recently this person may have been triggered and they may have had some pretty big feelings that they're now trying to get under control. I believe that this person maybe had a very strong reaction to something that happened between the two of you here. Spirit, what happened between these two that caused this strong reaction? What happened here between group 4 and their person? We're showing the Eight of Cups. You may have walked away from this person. Full card reversed. They could have made a mistake. The Knight of Swords. It has to do with an action, a physical action. This could be why there is such a nostalgia. It's giving a foolish decision. Somebody didn't follow through. And so the other person had to move away, seek their emotional fulfillment elsewhere. The fact that the two of you are coming across as emotionally distant makes sense with the Eight of Cups here. Two of Cups reversed leads to the Eight of Cups upright. When we feel like a certain connection isn't fulfilling our emotional needs, we then have to make a decision to move on and to walk away, to create distance so that we're freeing ourselves up for more connection from other sources. I think that that could be something that happened to them, but it could also be something that happened to you. It just depends on where you sit. I'm getting mixed messages for this group. So you, the viewer, may resonate as the person who had to walk away because of this foolish decision, because somebody wasn't ready to take this leap and they held back. Or you may resonate as the person who didn't take the leap and you held back, so now this person had to walk away. But what really happened here was definitely an impulsive sort of decision. And there's this implied energy of assumption. Instead of kind of talking about things and really like laying everything out, someone definitely didn't open up completely. And so the other person had to react very quickly to be able to kind of save themselves. I just feel like an impulsive action was made that we kind of regret here. When I sit in your person's energy, they regret it. They regret that it got to that point. And that's why we have the Five of Cups here. I'm really feeling that energy of regret. And the thing is, like, I've always looked at the regret card as the Nine of Swords, right? A card where it represents overthinking and anxious thoughts. But the Five of Cups feeling of regret really sits heavy in your chest. There's not many thoughts whirring around. There's just this feeling of having to accept that we might have done something that our heart didn't want us to do. And now we have to sit with this heavy stone in our chest. And it is a very isolating feeling. We see here 5 chairs. There's only one person. And it looks like they're sitting backwards in the chair. We can't even see that person's legs. So I do think that with this Five of Cups being here, this person's intentions are to sit with these heavy feelings so that they can process the truth of how they feel overall. They believe that these feelings are going to lead to positive changes. And I see the Five of Cups upright as a necessary change in a connection, because we don't just come into this energy for no reason. Someone's needs weren't being met. So we couldn't just stay there in the Four of Cups and pretend we were happy. There had to be a change. As hurtful or as remorseful as that change may feel, it had to happen in order to bring about some sort of shift in the energy. So I think that once this person has really sort of mulled things over and collated their feelings, they intend on making things right with you. With this Two of Cups, their intentions with the Two of Cups are to make sure that the two of you are on the same page after everything. After you've all had time to process how this situation has made you feel, they want to come towards you, have this heart-to-heart conversation, and be on the same page again. What are their intentions with this Two of Cups, Spirit? What are they hoping for at the most? Page of Pentacles reversed. They want to outgrow a situation. I do see them wanting happiness, but the Ace of Pentacles makes me think that they're going to approach this situation very cautiously. They won't be coming on very strong. They're going to tentatively see whether you're open to this opportunity and how much they should expect. They do want reconciliation. This Two of Cups is about them trying to understand how the two of you can move forward. For some of you, it's not going to be the same. Your friendship, your romance is not going to be the same. You're going to have to reinvent this connection and reestablish some sort of connection that works for both of you. So this person has accepted that. They've accepted that your relationship may have changed forever because of what happened here. But they at least want peace with you. They want harmony with you. They want to know where they stand with you. I do think that the ball will be in your court in terms of deciding what happens in this connection. So let's get some advice for you now. Spirit, based on the energy of this person and of my viewer right now in the present moment, what advice do they need to hear most? What advice does my viewer need to hear most, Spirit? Okay. We have the Healer reversed, which is the number 25. That number could be significant for some of you. We also have the Castle, which is the number 43. We have the Vessel, which is the number 69. And we also have Bardo coming out. Interesting. At the back of the deck is the Shaman. So I think you both need to be careful about getting too stuck in this space where you're not seeking answers from the source. And I'm not talking about spirit. Spirit is a wonderful resource, but in this human experience, the source is the human experience. I do think that you both have the tendency to tiptoe into the shadows instead of standing in the light and confronting the truth. So Spirit's advice for you is that if you really want the clarity that you need, you're going to have to go to the source, which is this person. I think there's a little bit of healing that needs to happen before that comes about. Spirit's advice for you is to use this uncomfortable limbo as an opportunity to dig deeper. There's a reason why things don't feel right now. You should not feel comfortable in this limbo. You should not feel like this is going to be your forever and that this pain is going to last forever or this level of uncertainty is going to last forever. There are certain needs, expectations, and fears that are being highlighted in this limbo, in this bardo that you're in. And it's a good opportunity to write those things down, because I don't think you should be seeking answers. I think the fact that you have those sorts of questions, fears, and pains or hurts are enough answers in themselves. They're kind of showing you what's important to you. I'm also feeling with this healer energy reversed, this is the kind of connection that could highlight certain traits within self as well as within this person that shouldn't be deemed as unfixable or unlovable. With the healer reversed, I don't think there's anything here that you can possibly do different. And I'm also hearing that some of y'all are too focused on how to improve, how to fix things, how to heal things from here. That's not the point of where you're at right now. The point of where you're at right now is to recognize that, like Chiron, there may be certain issues that always come up that we always need to be able to address. And that doesn't make us broken. That doesn't make us unlovable. This person may have triggered things within you that may always, in some capacity, be there. And I also think that within themselves, they were triggered in a way where they displayed aspects of their personality that are probably a bit rougher than what you'd like to see. But I don't think that makes them a bad person. I might be jumping the gun here. You're all in different situations, but there's something about this experience that Spirit's like you don't need to fix anything. You just need to give it time to settle enough for you to realize how important this connection is to you. With the castle energy being here, your advice based on your current energy is to really strengthen that fortress within. I feel like you need to do what you can to make sure that you're in a good place, to make sure that you see yourself in a very healthy, balanced way, to make sure that your attachments and your habits reflect the person that you are proud of being, and to make sure that when the opportunity to reconcile with this person comes around, it stems from a genuine place within self. It's interesting because I feel like this person may be pushed into your life sooner, or there may be pressure to kind of receive them before you feel ready, just because they need you or you feel like you need them. But I actually think that reconciliation with this person comes from you both choosing to be in each other's lives, not because you need them, but because you feel ready enough, you feel stable enough within the best version of yourself that you can be at this moment in time. Not because you are the most impressive version of yourself, but because you have learned to accept yourself for who you are, and to love yourself and honor yourself and respect yourself and to be proud of yourself for who you are. I believe with this vessel energy showing up here, Spirit is saying that the best thing that you can do is to see this as a very unique and special situation. I honestly think that this person and you have a lot of love for each other. You have a foundation of love that could stem from childhood for a lot of you. But there's enough of a history between the two of you, even in a newer connection, for you to recognize that this is not normal. You don't always feel this way about people. You don't always have this kind of connection with other people. I think that there is an element of needing to receive each other and accept each other in a very unconditional way in order for this connection to work moving forward. And your advice with Vessel is to understand what you bring to the table and to accept this person for who they are and for how they bring themselves to your table. I do think that you both need to try to peel back layers and be vulnerable. And for you, my viewer, I think it would be a good idea to be open towards asking questions that you feel are a bit vulnerable. I think that in this limbo, it's important that you peel back some layers and understand what you need in order to feel more safe, more secure. Because this person's doing the same. They don't feel safe and secure. So they would want that from you. They would want those provocative questions that force them to go deeper. They're in that space where that's what they want, that's what they're seeking. So that's my advice for you, group 4. I'm going to end your reading here and go into the extended. In your extended reading, we're going to be focusing more on the future of this connection. I'm going to be having a look at what is changing for this person, what is changing for you, what is changing for your connection. We're also going to have a look at their next actions, your next actions, and we're going to get advice on what is in your best interest. The extended reading may not be as long as your YouTube reading, but I plan on making it as clear and informative as I can, straight to the point, direct clarity with as much advice as you need, as well as all the clear information that you need. So if this reading has resonated thus far and you wish to extend your reading and also support me in what I do here, the link to your extended reading is in the description box and the pinned comment. That link takes you to my website where I host my extended readings, so you do have to make sure that you select the right reading before you check out. Make sure that you click on group 4 of the What is Going On for Your Person Right Now reading that I posted in May 2024. Now that I've gotten that spiel out of the way, thank you so much for being here, group 4. It's been a pleasure to channel for you, to read for you. Thank you for trusting me with your messages. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, success, wealth, joy, and health in your journey ahead. I said it out of line and now I'm like, ooh, what have I missed? Okay. So yeah, if this is where you're leaving us, I wish you all the best. Thank you for your time. Until our paths cross again. Bye.